What's going on, Tamers? It's your boys, the host of the best podcast in the world. It's been a minute since I said this, so I gotta throw it out there every once in a while. Gino to my left or right, whatever it is, and myself, Dan. I'm sure y'all know who we are at this point, right? So, but for any newcomers that have never seen the pod in a day in their life, you know who we are now.
Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing good. Dan, how are you doing?
Fantastic. I have to do a million one things within the last hour, and that's why we're so much later than we expected for today's pod.
It's all good. It happens.
Life, right? Life be funny.
You, the viewer, don't know that we're recording late. So.
Exactly.
You wouldn't know unless Dan said something.
I've had one hell of a 2 weeks, that's for sure. Let's play that.
True.
Won't go into details, but just know I've had a crazy times. Let's play that.
Yggdrasil gives his toughest royal knights the hardest missions.
Right. Sometimes they take a toll on us, and then you gotta learn if you can come out from it on top, or you let it falter you. But we came out on top, fellas. We came out on top. That's what matters. But anyways, y'all not here to talk about that. You're not my therapist.
Yeah.
Right. All jokes aside. Locals. We had a fantastic locals. Shout out to the boys at Sword in the Stone. I think that's the actual name.
Yep.
Come down. A couple of the homies from up there, from Wilkes-Barre, came down, played some Digimon with us at Gamers Edge. And shout out to the ones that left us hanging. You know who you are, Raymond. We're gonna specifically call you out for that one. I don't even know if he listens to the pod, but maybe he does. Who knows? Yeah, it was cool. We had a bigger locals in a while. It's the first time in a hot minute we had 4-round locals. I would say for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably since maybe last Evo Cup, maybe. That's probably pushing it.
Yeah,
it might have been the Evo Cup prior.
I think so. Honestly, we've been dealing with 3 rounds or 2 rounds for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. And so it was cool, definitely cool. Didn't do the best, unfortunately. Your boy went 2-2 with fishies. Unfortunate start, honestly. It was no good start. Let me rephrase. Round 1, I played against Digimon. Digimon is a deck that for fishes is not hard to deal with. They have 1 protection, and if they don't have that Candle Weiss, they don't really have much to deal with it. They have a lot on deletions, so you bottom decking their stuff hurts them immensely. And the occasional D-Digivolve, because I do run Sharkmon in my version. And not much to talk about really. It's really a 2 game. It was funny because game 1 we were kind of both in a weird spot where we're both looking for pieces, and I got to the point where I found my pieces, and I was like, I don't think I OTK you here, but we'll find out because I have a lot of memory gain. And I had a bomb decking all his blockers because he had 3 bodies on board. And because the cool thing about fish, especially Arimon, Ryugu, even with Neptune, because I have Neptune in this version, where you have a lot of end of attack effects where you gain memory or whatever, as Gino knows, and I'm sure for anyone who's a fish enthusiast would know. And then I run Zekemon, Zekemon. I don't know how you say it. I call it Zeke. I think he's become kind of like the MVP of I'm gonna win this turn, because that extra 1 memory sometimes matters, where you get that extra memory to start to keep the turn. Because let's say you have, let's say you go from Ryugu into it for 4. Let's say you did it at 2, you have a Buka gain a memory, and then you have the Zeke gain a memory, and then you probably have more chances of gaining more memory with the end of attack effects to gain memory. And new Ryugu lets you go even more aggro than previously, even with Giga Digimon style. And it's just such an easy way to get into Arimon as well compared to previously, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
that Shikyu is the GOAT in any deck that plays out from source and and has the Buka, because that's just boom, free 2 memory on your turn. Such a great extender. I used it so much when I was hard on Deep Savers.
Oh yeah, Deep Savers can do it a lot more frequently on when they play bodies out. You can play bodies out a lot in and Ryugu fish because you can go Marine Bull, end of attack, play out low 4 lower. You have Airymon to play out low 4, to play out your 3, 4, 5s. So there's many ways to be able to play it out in one stack potentially. And it's just really good. And then there's also a draw 1 too, so you can't forget about the draw 1 besides the memory.
Little consistency bonus.
Exactly. So a lot of times you're just going like Ryu swing, Ryugu, Evo to Airymon, unsuspend with Mega Siegemon, keep turn, swing again, effect of his own effect, we'll tuck the Mega C underneath it to unsuspend, bottom deck something, and then you swing again, Mega C, make it unsuspend. And you kind of can see the vision of me talking about it right now. Like what's the ideal plays you want to get into. That's the gist of it. The cool thing is with like Sharkmon, it gives you another piece to give you that inheritable to unsuspend by placing another card underneath, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so Gaomon 2-0. He never saw a 5 or a 6, at least I know of. And so that kind of, even if they did, it just wouldn't have mattered in that situation because I had a lot of good pieces going on. I had everything. And then I played terrible afterwards. In round 2, I played against Sakuyamon. I didn't have a great opening hand. Game 1. And he goes Renamon, hard drop Sakuyamon. And I decided to keep a hand that has a rookie, training, double Ryugu, and I think a tamer. So I'm like, all right, this ain't bad. I evoed a rookie. I gain like a champion. And then, oh no, I don't even think I draw training because I hard drop, or maybe I did. But I hard drop Ryugu immediately to get rid of Sakuya Ace or to burn the protection because he did the mandala. The what's it called again? The option?
Amethyst Mandala.
Amethyst Mandala, that's what it was. So
the Mandala effect.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of when I was like, is it Mandela in the word somewhere? Anyways, so I just wanted to get rid of the protection immediately. So I knew he would be able to burn it, and then I could deal with it the following turn. So I gave him like 5 back with that hard drop. I placed something underneath whatever I drew into, and then I couldn't find a 4. That's what it was because I put a 5 underneath it, and no searching really going on. It was like bad. He ended up getting rid of it by stacking into security or something like that, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm cooked. So game 1 was a wash. Game 2 was where I made a huge misplay. Misunderstanding what the new maid mode does, the starter deck one. And so I had everything in my hand to deal with it, and my head was like, if I de-digivolve the maid mode to a Titamon, he could blast Evo into Sakuya. I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm gonna get rid of it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And so I have a Sharkmon in my hand, and so instead of going Sharkmon, I go into like Mega C. And I Evo into, because the idea was he has protection once. We go for Ryugu. We attempt to bottom deck. He's going to burn it, neg 8, whatever. And then I go Airymon and I pop off because I have jamming in the stack. And then I just probably win that turn, honestly, or at least the next turn. And so he goes, I go Ryugu, I go effect, put something underneath. He goes Sakuya, May mode. Protection of the maid from the maid mode, and then maid mode's all turns effect says if you use an option or a option is trash from your security or your security is trash from, you can put a Digimon into security. And I was like, oh, I had the out to this. And it ended up being like a hard fall game, but I could never like establish a board presence strong enough to deal with whatever he was doing. And I never was able to do damage as well. So I ended up losing after a while. It was like it ended up turning into a grind game, but just wasn't in my favor at all. And so I ended up losing that one 2-0. Not the best. And then round 3, I played against Styraco. I had the most crappiest hand starting in the sense of what you want to see against Styraco. And they were all Digimon, no options, no training, no boost, no not even like Yao. So I just kind of chilled in the back into like a 5, and he ended up raising OTK me. I was like, yeah, it's just what happens if I don't see what I need to see in this matchup. And then because I would like to get established at least Neptunemon. That's what I want to establish early. So get rid of stuff, and then I gain protection on my stuff quite a bit, and it's hard for him to deal with it at that point, unless he has raid or whatever. And so, game 2, I ended up, I think it was like something similar. I ended up just he ended up getting double. He ended up getting 2 Digimon board, 1 with egg, and he evoed a Dimetro, and so I hard some Neptune for 7, bottom deck of stuff, and I'm like, all right, I should be pretty good. And then I didn't have a good follow up really. Oh, I did. I didn't draw into Ryugumon. That's what it was. I was like, if I draw into Ryugu, I get to a point where I have a Neptune on my board, a Sharkmon, I think it is, and then a token. And I could go Airmon over the Neptune. I could tuck the token, get rid of the token, and then I don't get the burn effect. So I'm at 3 memory when this happens. I would keep a turn because I have a Buka in play, and then I can still do things. I just don't play anything out from sources and whatnot off of the area if I do it that way. And so I'm gonna go greedy. I'm sure I'll find my 4 of Ryugumon. I play a Memboost, don't find the Ryugu, and so now I have to pass for like 4 memory. And I don't do the token play. I tuck in, so because they're both when Digivolving effects for Airmon, I tuck the Sharkmon underneath at first. Attempt to bot. I should have did it. I did it wrong. This is another misplay I ended up being. I should have attempted to bomb deck the Dimetromon that was on board. Instead, I target the Medusa, which then he bounces Dimetro, bounces his hand, and then he uses that Dimetro for another stack eventually, because that was the only Dimetro he had. And then I played that Sharkmon, de-digivolved his Medusa, and that ended up being a bad play. I was like, all right, what if he doesn't have a Medusa? My man's had everything, and so it didn't even matter. He had another Medusa, so he ended up getting more value by me de-digivolving his Medusa, and it just ended up being a bad play out of it, and that definitely cost me the game, and that was it. And I got cooked for those misplays. And then round 3, I played against, no, that was round 3. Round 4, I played against, I don't know what you want to call him, Maruki OTK, TS Trinity Burst OTK.
Oh, the Trinity Burst deck, yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know what that deck is, just check out DigiDane's YouTube. He has Lopma, I think it's like Bunny's OTK or something like that he called it. It's a funny video. You check it out, but it's the most meme of memes. Yeah, I mean, if you get it off, you get it off. But he didn't, and I just go OTK both times. And that's all she wrote for that one.
Yeah, it's I'll talk about that deck because that was my first round opponent. So before I get started though, I did win. I went 4-0 with Galacticmon. I decided to make a couple changes from the version I had at the start of the format, or I should say at the start of EX11, and I've made a couple changes here and there. And we took it 4-0. So round 1 I played against the Trinity Burst meme, and this deck does not function against Galacticmon because the Trinity Burst needs to have, the way it functions is that it relies on having all 3 colors so that you can play Trinity Burst. And to that end, you need to have Danon Cannon on the board, and then you need the yellow Antilamon, the one that's half yellow. And then you play Trinity Burst, you do 5 checks with 4 alliances, and then you go Maruki, or you're in Maruki by the time, but you unsuspend the Danon Cannon for game. It doesn't function against Galacticmon because Galacticmon removes Tamers, so if they don't have Danon Cannon on the board, their deck just does nothing. It has no removal, it doesn't do anything other than that one combo, at least the way he plays it. So he's just playing Double Typhoon, agility trainings, evoing in the back, just doing all this stuff while I'm just removing whatever tamer comes out. He can't rely on me hitting security and hitting his tamers out for him or his other resources because Galacticmon doesn't do that, right? Galacticmon's game plan is Ragnarok Cannon, burn you to 1, and then win either that turn or the next turn, depending on. So there's really not much to talk about for this match. I just ate his tamer every time he put it out, and then I did the cannon thing.
It's it's even more of a meme than like Ogre OTK, because Ogre OTK you don't have to rely on stuff. You're relying on consistency pieces, not a tamer to do your things. And it's a 4 or 5 piece OTK versus that's like a whole like you need both tamers on board, whatever. You need that Trinity Burst, which is a trash card for the most part. Like not trash card, but like it's super niche. It's a very niche card, right? Like you can't do without that stuff, and you need a very specific inheritables as well to do the whole shenanigans. And it's just so it's hard to deal with for sure. Like very meme-ish.
Yeah, because you need to have the Lotmon of the Titamon that lets you Evo when you trigger Alliance. You need to have any 4. You need to have the yellow Antilamon or have set up the yellow Tamer. You need the red and green Danon Cannon. And then you need to also have Maruki in hand and Trinity Burst. So you need to find all of those pieces and do everything. And at least with Ogremon, at least the way you have it built, like you have some alternate lines of play in case you can't get your thing. Like with that deck, you are just doing that and nothing else.
But man, if you ever pull off that Trinity OTK though, that feels that I don't know 2 out of 10 that happens or whatever it is. Oh my god, that adrenaline rush is crazy.
I think with perfect like everything, you can get the OTK turn 3, which is like pretty competitive. But how often are you getting that? Not very often at all. So, it's funny, but it's not good. Round 2, I played against the Gamamon player. I noticed that an issue that he was having was he would hard play a lot of his Gamamon pieces, like Wezen Gamamon, whose effect says tuck a card underneath to gain DP boost and blocker. And so what would end up happening is by like turn 3 or 4, he has like 1 or no cards in hand. And I'm like, I have nothing to fear from this deck right now because he has nothing to really do next turn, right? In fact, the one game he goes, yeah, I can't do anything with this card in hand, so I have to pass because it was the only card in his hand. So whatever, I set up, I do stuff, I get ready to I do the Ragnarok cannon play, but I can't finish it because I don't have an extra swing. I don't have a Zenith to unsuspend me. But I put him to nothing, and he's like, yeah, the card in my hand was Proximamon. Like, you can't do anything with an empty board and Proximamon in your hand. So that went really fast. I think he's a newer player because like a lot of the times he was leaving his breeding area just empty and just hard slamming stuff and just eating his hand up because that's what Gamamon does. Especially New Sirius. New Sirius effect literally says by placing 3. You need to place 3. And if they're not in your trash, they're in your hand. And that can be a problem. I'm starting to experiment with that deck a little bit because my last Sirius mount should come in the mail soon. And I'm a Gamamon enjoyer, so I'm trying to figure out how the deck works as well. But locking it to you have to put 3 can sometimes be a detriment. Because he did climb into that Siriusmon once, but then when I removed it one time, there's just nothing he could do.
Especially in today's game where you have Medusa that's bottom deck and stuff. You have Millennium one that's going to top deck your stuff. Like that's problematic for sure in today's game.
Definitely. So yeah, so the story of that game was he had no hand size, so I didn't really have to fear anything he could do. Like he's gonna play 1 or 2 cards a turn. Cool. Like I'm just gonna do my Galactic thing and I'll pop off when I'm ready. Game 3. I know you're watching, and I'm sorry because I high rolled the hell out of you. I played against Imperial Digimon, and I had everything, man. I had everything so fast. I won by turn 3 or 4 on game 2. And game 1, I ate his Davis and Ken as soon as it came out. And then game 3, I'm sitting on EX11 Galactic. I'm immune. I have everything that I could ever want in trash. And he doesn't put any bodies on the board. And I'm just like, well, that's game then, because here comes Cannon. It's so cool. I've talked about it before, but the EX11 being able to evolve at the end of opponent's turn so that your Ragnarok Cannon is live is so mean. It's really good.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Because you get the pop off the cannon. Yeah, you get the pop off the cannon, and then start of your main phase, you get a pop, and then whatever else you can do to clear their board out before you actually swing and trigger cannon.
It's like the most perfect card they could have made is that the EX11 Galactic. Obviously, it still needs something else. I don't know what that something else is for the deck to be a higher tier. But man, when you get that, like, there's not many decks, even in the current game, like they see that as like, what do you deal with that? As like, oh, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Here's an immune body that's completely immune. It's 14 or 17k usually. And at the end of the turn, it's going to go into my I win combo. So you either better go wide or figure something out, because here it comes. It's very fun. Great deck. I love the deck. And then round 4, I played against the Sakuyamon player that Dan played round 2, I think he said. The first match was incredibly grindy. Like, we went for a long time. Dan was done with his match before we even finished game 1.
I was done in like 15 minutes. Like that. It was something quick.
So Dan had a quick match and we had a very long game 1. Luckily game 2 wasn't as long, but game 1, the problem was early game I had gone into a Galacticmon with no protection, a BT21 Galacticmon with no protection, just so I could get a cannon out and clear some of his board, because he was starting to get kind of wide. And he had maid mode, so he triggered a protection and then put it in security. And one of the recent changes I made is that I dropped BT21 Galactic to 3. So with BT21 Galactic in my security, that means there's only 2 more in my whole deck to find to do my combo. And so what ended up happening is that I was just going into EX11 every turn, because EX11 can evolve on top of a Galacticmon. So I just had EX11 on EX11 on EX. I had all 4 EX11s on the same stack, just on top of each other. And because they gain the immunity to everything, even options, which is very annoying for Sakuyamon, I just wall up and stall out, and I always had blocker or redirect. At one point, the game had gone on so long, at one point, I had 3 eggs underneath my EX11 Galacticmon. So he was a 20k block, redirect, immune to everything. I just sat there and walled up forever until finally I got my combo. And even when I did finally get to it, he had like tokens and stuff on the board, so I was able to clear his bodies but not the tokens. But he ended up just scooping it up because the game had gone on so long, and he's like, I think I just lose the following turn anyway. Like I had to actually like chip him and stuff. Like it was crazy. And then game 2 went a lot faster. I put him into a trap that he did not see coming. I did the normal Galacticmon thing, blah blah blah, and the turn ended with I had a Destromon on board that I used to eat his Rico really early, which was devastating because he had put 2 Amethyst Mandalas underneath it. So just removing those completely from play, because it was the new Rika, the one that lets you load it. So when I killed that Rika, that was like super detrimental for him because he didn't find another Rika for a while, which means he can't use the red or the blue plugin. 2 Amethyst Mandalas are now out of the game basically until he finds Kuzuha. Pretty good. So what ended up happening was I had a Destromon on the board that I think that was the one I used to eat Rika. I had a Galacticmon that was ready to go because I had cannon set up, and I had a Vemon that I had used to search, and he left it on the board. And throughout our games, I had noticed that every time I would try to remove a stack, he would always trigger Mandala if it was in security. So I'm like, I bet he's gonna fall for this. So started my turn, started main phase. I use my start of main on BT21 Galactic to kill his token. So the only target left on the board is Kuzuha. I swing and I go Ragnarok Cannon, attempt to delete Kuzuha. And he goes Mandala, protect. He gives my Destromon neg9, and I'm like, cool, all your security's gone now. Because nothing was deleted by Ragnarok Cannon, and therefore I get the full effect, and then I just won because Destromon was a 1k beater. So that's how that matchup ended up going.
Wait,
afterwards,
that's kind of funny. Wait, how does that resolve correctly? Because like the way Ragnarok Cannon stays is the last card, so does the the protection effect happens first before you pop everything. So then that wouldn't be the last security at that point.
No, right? So what'll happen is Ragnar Cannon tries to trigger. Mandala is interruptive, so it burns out. So either way, I'm burning him to 1.
Yeah. So, okay.
So I don't clear everything off the burn.
It's just whatever. If he doesn't have 2, it will have just be 1 that burns, and then it'll be the last security, which is the last face down one, and then you're mid swing, and then you just go dash for swing game. Yeah.
What's funny though is that if he had a second Amethyst in security, I wouldn't have been able to finish him that turn, because even though it was face down, it had been burned, and the security effect still says even if it's face down, if it's burned, it triggers. I'm pretty sure.
I think that has to be face up for the neg 8 you talking about?
Yeah, I think neg 9, but yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Anyway,
right now.
It didn't matter. It didn't come up because, like I said, there were 2 in trash off of killing Rika, so I didn't really have to worry about it. But so he fell for my trap, and then I took it. He's kind of newer, I think, to the game because
he's newer.
After the match, most of the time I play control decks. Last time I played against him, I played Dark Masters, and he was like, I don't know how to beat this. And so we talked a little bit about the matchup afterwards. This time, after game 1, he's like, I don't know how to beat this. And I'm like, well, we'll talk about it after the match. So he didn't realize that even though a body is immune to all effects, that it can still be targeted by effects. And so there were situations where he could have used blue plugin to stun Galacticlon, but he didn't know that he couldn't target it. Because he's like, how do I beat this? And I'm like, you can use your options to just stun it. And he's like, but if it's immune, how do I deal with it? And so I explained to him how, once the turn passes over, right? Once the turn passes over, like the effect is still on me, and I start being affected by it when I can be. So next time it may be an even tougher match, but it was good. I didn't drop a single game at locals, so it was a full 4-0, 8-0, whatever locals for me. So went pretty good. I like my Galacticmon.
It's a mean deck when people don't expect it.
True. And even when you do expect it, sometimes it's just like, damn, what do I do?
Yeah, no, not many decks can deal with it. I think probably Vortex maybe can currently, just because it gets so big and they just force a battle. They just force a battle. But then you also have Ragnarok Cannon that can go, all right, Ragnarok can't kill it. It's just definitely a weird, I think it's definitely whoever sets up first or whatever, or counters the counter probably. I don't know. I've never done that matchup, but that I've noticed that what's it called? Millennium struggles if they don't see options early.
Yeah, we played a couple test matches with Millie and Galactic, and it was kind of back and forth. Sometimes you would win one, and sometimes I would.
Yeah.
So it helps that I don't give you any resources out of security.
Yeah, definitely. That's also a big issue, because if I'm missing a piece and I know it's probably insecurity, it's like, can you swing? But you don't. So it's definitely a tough matchup. I need to see everything pretty early, and without caring about tamers, or at least not caring of it popping when you pop them. Like, get my analog use searching and call it a day, and not knowing that I don't have the ability to rely on the suspend effect, right? Stuff like that. Matters in that matchup.
My trash is just all level 3s, so it's like, go ahead, stack one Vemmon on top of my
sometimes
deck.
Yeah, sometimes there's times where it could be a 4s in it as well, 4s, 5s.
Sure.
It just depends on the situation in the game, obviously. And I guess, like, realistically, the reason why you don't really see it pop off in regions right now is just the speed of the game. I also think they take a little bit of setup if they don't have everything. So like TS can probably go fast, not probably, can't go fast. Styracker goes faster. Puppets, which is neg you to 1 billion, and it doesn't matter. You do your end of turn effects, you're dying the following turn. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it has a really bad matchup into TS, because Neptunemon can protect everything with 1 suspend. Venusmon stops you from swinging, even if you're immune. Like, she can't strip you, but now you can't swing, so it's like great. So it's a really rough matchup for Galactic, and TS is extremely popular. Like, you're guaranteed to see, 1 to 2 at least during like a big run like that. And then what else was I gonna say? Last podcast we talked about like how chipping security can be really dangerous. I think it's funny that Galacticmon just completely negates that entirely.
Ignores it.
You don't need to chip at all. Your security means nothing to me.
Dumb. And a good and bad way. I hate it.
Royal like, base, you want to recover to 20?
It don't matter. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny when it comes to that aspect of Galactic. But yeah, that's the only reason, honestly, you see it. It's just sometimes the speed of that deck. God forbid you're missing a Destro, you're kind of a bit of a struggle. Or you could be like Gino and you just see God every single time. You always have the Destro.
I'm a great deck builder. I'm a great deck builder. That's what it comes down to. I always find it because my pieces get me there.
You always find a Destro. I remember beating... this is last year, I think, at this point. It was last year. I think it was the first or second store region we went to. That's when I was playing Purple Hybrid Heavy, and I played against Galactic. And in our testing, I'm like, I'm just cooked no matter what. Like, I need to have double tamer. The worst matchup. I need to have double tamers, and they got to be both 4 costs because then you only pop 7, so you only get 1 choice. If I don't see that, I'm cooked, right? I just remember playing against him. This dude, he never once saw promo Destro in both games. I'm just like,
that's crazy.
You know, sometimes it's like that, you know? And then I just ended up cooking because there's just nothing you could do about all those tamers popping off at that point.
It's funny. Just so funny. Back then, I was like full on, like 4 promo Destro and like maybe 2 of another one, and that's it. But in the current game, I'm back on 3-3 because the negate attack is so important in current game state.
Sure, yeah.
Because the other one's a redirect, and a lot of the time things are bigger than you anymore. Like 14 to 17k Galactic sometimes just ain't shit.
True. That does make sense in that aspect.
Plus, you know, De-Digivolve's nice, and protection of De-Digivolve, and you can float out of body if you're stuck on
stack protection. Because then like Venus Mod can't source strip you as well.
Correct. Yep.
But with that being said, we're going to have our little ad break here real quick. Our quick sponsor for us for today's episode is... It is DigiGuard. We have a great sponsor with them. Check our what's it called? Our link. You get 15% off. I'm sure Varney will have it in the description for the things you could buy. So quick example. They have the bag and the mat holder is 2 separate things. This is pretty cool for anyone who doesn't know. Holds pretty well. Like, it's super safe. Everything's on it. You get your mat in it, no problem. It also comes with a little strap for your own if you want just a mat by itself. Fantastic. Keeps your mat safe and whatnot. And your DigiGuard bag has a strap as well. You can double strap it with the with the mat protector and everything. It's super nice. It's super convenient. Holds quite a bit of deck boxes. Not quite a bit. Let me rephrase. Small deck boxes can fit in this with no problem. As you can see, we have 1 big deck boxes and a couple of small ones. It just fits all the necessary needs that you want for a tournament that if you don't want to bring a big bag. Plus, they have a variety.
Go ahead. They got a variety
They got a variety of colors as well for bags. You get red, blue, black. I think they're all right now out of order of bags, but they have that. They also have a variety of different deck boxes from Dragon Ball Z to One Piece to Gundam now. They have sleeves, they have binders. Get all your needs at DigiGuard today using our code, because then we get a kickback.
I love my DigiGuard bag. I bring it to regionals because it's very small, like compared to like a full-on book bag or something. So anytime I go to like a big in-person event, it's great to just have everything right there. If it's my dice bag, my 3 to 4 decks, depending on the size of the deck box. I love it. It's really great. Like, and the way that the bag is, it's got multiple straps. You can like wear it as a slings pack. You can put 2 slings on it and wear it like a backpack. Like, it's awesome. I love my DigiGuard bag. I hope they get more because I will shill that thing till the end of time because it is wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful little thing. But
like Dan said, when I had a chance.
Yeah. Like Dan said, though, they have a ton of other stuff. I think they have playmats. You got deck boxes, just anything for the card game player would need, they have. So check out Dueling Guard, link in the description. They rule, and thank you for sponsoring and being an affiliate of DigiGuard United and Main Phase.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're going to be hearing a lot from Main Phase if you go check out the Gundam TCG podcast from us as well. And if Arnie ever decides to go back to his Grand Archives podcast as well, which who knows if that happens or not. But
are you telling me that the Grand Archive podcast is currently archived?
It has been archived for sure.
How grand?
The puns never fails. Anyways, we're back from our sponsor ad break right there. Today's topic, we're gonna have a preview of BT25. Let's bring it up and show everyone about what we're gonna be talking about. Let's go here.
DDR, Dual Revolution. That's what BT25 is.
Some other people call it DDR something else. But anyways. We're super hyped for this. This site is awesome. For anyone who doesn't know, BT25 Dual Revolution is a 3-piece set. I guess you could say is mainly TS. It is Data Squad and what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot right now.
Beat Break?
Beat Break. That's what it is. And pretty cool set. Do you want anything you want to talk about first, Gino, before we just dive into this?
Oh man, there's so much good support in here. If you are a TS player, you are eating well and will continue to eat well for the next few sets. And not only just like regular like TS slop decks, but now we've got like the basically the Galaxy but TS. You've got a couple different flavors that you can lean into, or you can just throw a couple of your favorite top end in. But what I'm most excited for as far as TS go is that we also got new Titan support, and the new Titamon is cracked.
Yeah, that's something I was going to talk about. I didn't think we were going to talk about Titamon first, but I guess we can. Before we get to after cards, I forgot to mention there's two things that's super important to know when you're buying this set. First, this is the first time we're having ultimate rares. They are supposed to be less rare than a secret rare, but we don't know what the pull rates are, and it looks like it's going to be guaranteed maybe one of per box. Don't know. Don't quote me. It's what I'm guessing.
That's what everybody's saying,
and whatnot. And secondly, we have these up here. We're going to talk about these before we talk about the rest of the set. We have these cards that are at 1 in the Digimon card game, but they're getting all arts, and they're also going to be hard pulls as well. As you can see, we got the Argomon right here. Let's zoom in real quick. Zoom in. No. Anyways, Argomon is one of them. Obviously, you see this is the one that's from the BT2 era. Hidden potential discovered. Now we got Vortex on it because they know Vortextron can abuse this card. I see what you're doing, Bandai, and this is why you ain't banning this goddamn card yet. You know. Other one we got Blinding Ray, fantastic art with Magnet X in the background with Kudamon in the middle. I think it's a fantastic art. I think it's gonna be super cool in person as well. Next art we got is a Calling from the Darkness, another staple, purple staple that's a one of, being able to grab, delete a Digimon and then grab 2 cards. Fantastic. Now we got Imperial Digimon Fighter Mode. This is a fighter mode tech that people use to, combo off again, which is pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least, my favorite one of the bunch is Greymon X. This card is phenomenal. I can't wait to see this in person. I think these cards are going to be so fire in person. All 5 of them going to be amazing in person. And, hit your boy up if you pull one of these, because I will be looking to get a playset of this, because I'm coping for the future that in the future, we're going to get this back at 4 of, You smell what I'm cooking here,
The Argomon's coming back before this.
It's gonna burn. I'm burning down the kitchen with the cope. Oh my god. But yeah, since I didn't know we were gonna talk about Titan, I thought we were gonna talk about maybe the box topper, not the box topper, but the box R guy first. But we're gonna talk about Titamon first, I guess. Titamon is busted. We're gonna climb up to it. First, we get this cool card and Doraemon. I think this card is amazing for Titans in general. This is going to be my new floor for the deck, I think. Opponent's turn. Once per turn, when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by trash one card in your hand, one of your Titan trait Digimon unsuspends. So that means when your Digimon is a blocker and you're ready to use your block, you can unsuspend again and then be able to block again. I think it's really good. And then there's so many effects that when you trash a card, that's going to like pile up, which we'll get into Titamon because Titamon is, I think, legit broken. Next we got for the Titans, I think that's it's oh no, we got Ultimate Brachioumon. This is also a Titan, but he's also a dinosaur and also a cyborg for anyone who
this card's
doesn't
good.
know that. I think you're gonna see some Titans play this possibly. This card reads crazy on paper. So for anyone who doesn't know, Reboot Blocker, fantastic. On play, when Digivolve and delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP, fantastic effect. But here's the crazy part. End of your turn, once per turn, if your opponent has 5 or more memory, their Digimon effects don't affect this Digimon until their turn ends. Then if they have 5 or less, their option effects don't affect this Digimon until their turn ends. What that means is if you put them at 5 with this card on board, this card is immune to everything and he's a reboot blocker. That's what that means.
I love him.
It's just good as fuck. It's like, it's so good.
It's really good. Plus, he's a dinosaur trait, so you can splash this into your Dinomon decks if you wish, because this is a great card. So
yeah, you definitely can. And since
cool.
it's red-black, it just natively can't EVO over any Master Tyrannomon and whatnot. So obviously, and dinosaur and black box, but you can choose to for the, you know, if you're at 0, you want to put them at 5.
You go to 5. Yep. You do the 5 cost.
For sure. I think that's it for red, at least when it comes to the colors. I believe so. Yeah. Any others? I think is. I really think it's just Titamon.
Yeah, I think we go all the way down to purple. No, the Witchmon, dude. The Witchmon.
Oh yeah. The Witchmon
is low key, maybe the best card for Titans.
Here's another Titan Digimon, I believe. Yeah, you may or may not want to play this. He's pretty solid though. Deltamon, 4 cost drop, 2 Evo. He has collision on body. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon suspends, D0 one of your opponent's Digimon. Not bad effect, and then all turns inheritable plus 1k. It's an alright effect. You may or may not see it. Maybe.
We got a couple of Titans here in the black section.
We sure do.
Raremon.
Raremon is also a Titan, so he has jamming on face. Another 4 drop. On play, when Digivolving, you may link 1 TS trade card from your hand to one of your Digimons without paying the cost. It's an alright effect. You're probably not gonna see this one as much, just because it's whatever. The next one, I think this one. Oh, great, he really does. This card right here. Can I move this out of my way? Okay, cool. I don't think I lost anything, right? You still see me?
You're frozen on my end, but I'm sure everyone can see fine. I'm following along on my own screen.
All right, cool. Next is Orochimon. I think this card can definitely see play in Titans.
For sure.
Crazy effect in my opinion. So on play, on Evo, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can attack until their turn ends. Fantastic effect. We love stun effects. All turns, when this Digimon suspends, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 play cost 4 or lower TS trade Digimon card from among them without paying the cost. Return the rest of the bottom of the deck. What that means is we are able to play our Ogre Brothers as well, I believe.
Yep, they're all 4 cost. Yep.
Yeah, so they're all 4 costs. You can play the Deltamon as well. You can play a lot of things off of this effect, which is pretty good. And then Inheritable is the same thing. When this Digimon suspends, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 pay cost for lower TS trade Digimon card among them without paying the cost. Return the rest of the bottom deck. Fantastic effect. And we're going to get into why, again, this is a great effect, because when we get to Titamon, ooh boy, you're going to see the effects get crazy. Next is Dragomon. This is another one that you're going. It's a Titan technically, but you ain't never gonna probably play this in Titans realistically.
Yeah, this is more
jamming
of a
again.
card.
Yeah, exactly. Spoiler for anyone who doesn't know, in TS, Dragomon is the canon level 5 for Volcanismon.
I didn't know that. That's cool. Evo. That makes sense though.
Yep. On play on Evo, by trashing one of your Digimon's link cards, you may play or use 1 TS trade card for play cost of 5 or less from your hand while paying the cost. Solid effect, honestly. Again, in a Volcanus style effect, pretty good. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing one of his link cards, doesn't leave. So another protection on top of his own Volcanus. When we'll get to it because Volcanus gets crazy with protection effects.
For sure.
Next we have for Titans Witchmon. This Witchmon is gonna be so good, and Titans is so fantastic.
This card is
on
insane.
Play, on Evo, when attacking. It's on play when attacking, my fault. By trashing one card in your hand, you may return one Titan trade card from your trashed hand. After, if played by effectively one of your opponent's level 5 lower Digimon. So a 4 that's able to kill a 5, pretty good. And the one thing Titans is missing in the deck is being able to have that recursion. So being able to have that more consistently than it was previously, I think adds a lot more to the deck. What do you think, Gino?
Yeah, definitely. Having the recursion is fantastic. And if you decide to run the old egg, you play this for 3. Like,
yeah.
Pretty you good. Play this for 3 and murk a level 5 and get some recursion. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. And then Inherit Effect, this is when it gets even better. All turns, once per turn, when your hand is trashed from, if this Digimon has Titan trait, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Pretty good effect. I gassed it up just before I forgot. I thought it was popped the lowest level or some shit like that. Pretty good effect regardless though.
For sure.
And next, we're going to talk about the MVP. I just want to scroll down real quick, just make sure. Yep.
Lady Devimon is also a Titan, but you're not going to use her.
Is she really?
She is, yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about her more when we talk about Three Musketeers, because this is 100% Three Musketeers card in comparison. Sure. Titamon. This card is broken, y'all. This card is so good, and this you might see Titans be a viable deck in the future just because it is. So firstly, it has 2 black box evos. You know card is crazy when it got 2 lines of black box evos. He has the first one is Titamon without 3 colors for a cost of 2. So that means you can go from promo into this for 2 costs.
Yep.
Second one is level 5 with TS trade, cost of 4, because normally he can evo over a purple, green, or red for 5. And so you can evo over a TS trade card for 4. On play, on evo, when attacking, once per turn. Again, he knows it's gonna be crazy when you can just do it whenever the hell you want. By trashing one card in your hand, delete all of your opponent's highest level Digimon. Highest DP Digimon. Pretty good. After, if played or Digivolved by an effect, trash their top security. In a deck where you can play this out really easily for an effect, it's so easy to get that trash effect.
Yep.
And then all turns once per turn, when this Digimon will leave the battle area by trashing 2 cards in your hand, it doesn't leave. And now we got protection in Titamon. That was definitely something that we needed because there was no protection in the deck. And then especially since you're trashing 2 cards in your hand, there's so many ways of like trash effects, right? You go trash your Ogre Brothers, draw 1 or something. You could throw a Nidhogg now and then gain a memory off of it or something like that. There's so many things you can do it. And then like you have the Doraemon effect as well. It's just so much you can do with this. And then Witchmon Inheritable, like it just adds up, you know? It's crazy.
It does.
And then the last effect.
Go ahead. Good. Read the last effect.
Yeah, let me read the last effect. Last effect is when your hand is trashed from, delete one of your opponent's lowest DP. That part is not a once per turn effect. So like if you trash on your opponent's turn like more than once, this is popping something every single time. Like your opponent is gonna have nothing at that point. It's just so crazy. Go ahead.
Like, let me paint you a picture, chat. You can assembly Tita plus Skullbaloo, right? You delete. Is it 1 or all highest?
I believe it's all highest.
So you delete there. You swing your execute, so you can pierce over something if you need to. Okay, Titamon comes back out, kills all their highest, burns a security, and then deletes one of their lowest. Like, there's so much deletion going on. You better have some sort of protection because Titamon is eating everything. And like...
Yeah, no, it really is. And the one thing about Titamons before, they had an issue of dealing with TS, just because TS had Neptunemon. Now this card deals with Neptune by himself basically. Like Neptune who? Like it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, this card is cracked. This deck is gonna be sick. I'm very excited. So I have my Titamon deck already built. I'm ready to just swap out some Titamons and some other pieces and get ready to play some Titans again.
Yeah, as a Titan enjoyer, same. I'm so excited for this card right here. And that's really it for Titans on that aspect. You're definitely gonna probably play like a mem setter or something because you can do like shenanigans now. Like this card right here is the reason why Skull Blue got hit to 1. Let's be real. Especially BT25. Because if you go Skull Blue, you could do if you have like the Asuna plus a mem setter on your turn, you go Asuna effect, play one of Ogre Brothers, trash Scobelucci, effect a Scobelucci, evo into a level 5, probably Scobelucci, and then you trash a card in your hand, and then you go Ogre, climb into this Titamon, and then you do a whole bunch of shenanigans, and then you just keep turn by doing all that, and then go back to 3, and now you just got a Titamon on board for free, especially this Titamon right here. And now you just pop off, you go into Titamon with no problem. Titamon can just swing 2 checks or some shenanigans, kill itself, play this back out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just do so much because Skull Belucci is that type of card with a mem setter and a Asuna on board. Pretty crazy. Understand why Skull Belucci got hit, because Titamon is going to be problematic potentially if you see that card. If you high roll, you see the Skull Belucci and you have that combo that I just spoke about, you are cooking with grease. Like you're just popping off.
Oh, I was right. Ice Wall is one of the secret pools. It's all the way at the bottom for some reason.
Is it really? Okay. Yeah, Ice Wall is also one of them. For anyone who doesn't know,
I could have swore I saw Ice Wall on this.
I was like, this. I'm not losing my
mind. Yeah.
Ice Wall has Hexablood on it. For anyone who doesn't know, pretty cool looking.
But the whole reason I scrolled down here is just to say that we actually have an in-archetype TS memory setter now, which is pretty cool. So you'll probably see some decks starting to run that with the Monica Simmons.
Monica. Yeah. Next ones. What's the next ones you want to talk about now?
Oh man, there's so much good stuff, dude. I like the stuff I'm excited for is maybe not the stuff everybody's excited for. Like, I don't know. This whole set's really good, but
we're not talking about Agumon next. Let me stop.
That Tamer is insane, but
no, it is.
Let's talk about some Data Squad.
I was about to say we got to talk about the guy that's on the front cover. You know,
I think you mean the guy who's on the front cover of my heart, Mirage Galgamon.
You ruined it for me, buddy. But we'll talk about Data Squad in general. So let's get down to the Galgamon. Go ahead. That's your boy right there.
So first we got the egg. So you could go to Wanya.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Wanya is part of the Data Squad. Yeah.
Yep. So Wanya, when any of your Data Squad trait tamers are played, both players draw 1. So that kind of leans into the old Mirage of let's get that hand size up, please. Plus, it's very easy to play the tamers because of the white option, the Digisoul, or DNA charge, I think it is in English. So you can pretty easily get your tamers out. Plus, you have level 4s, I think, that play it. But we'll jump down to our Galmon, my boy. This might be my favorite Digimon line. Like, I just think these guys are so cool. So Galmon on play. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Thomas or a Data Squad trait card and a Galgamon. That is such a flexible search. So if you're playing like straight Mirage, that's getting you basically 2 pieces. If you're playing straight Data Squad, it might get you 2 pieces, but it's at least getting you definitely 1. So pretty cool. And then when attacking, once per turn, both players are going to draw a card. Next, we got the Galgamon. I love Galgamon. I love this line so much. On play on Evo, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you play a Thomas from your hand without paying the cost. And the dual tamer that we get in the starter deck is considered both Marcus and Thomas, so you can play him off of that effect. Same inherit as the Galmon. When attacking, draw a card. And then we got the Mock Galgamon. This might be my least favorite of the designs because they just gave him everything. They're like, let's give him a jetpack and like a championship belt and like metal arms and like they just sunglasses. They just did everything for his design. But my Galgamon, on Evo, when attacking once per turn, you may return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the hand, and then by trashing the bottom face down card of any of your tamers, he unsuspends. So pretty standard data squad stuff is all about getting face down cards under your tamer. And then alterns once per turn when he would leave the battle area by trashing your bottom face down card under any of your tamers. It doesn't leave. And he also has that as an inherit effect, which is really nice. So that means you're keeping your Mirage or whatever data squad mega you're playing on board by doing your normal game plan most of the time. So you need to double remove it to get rid of it, which is very nice. I think this is just a good generic card. I think you'll see this in both Mirage builds and Data Squad builds.
Which one, Mirage or the Mach Gauga?
The Mach Gauga.
Gotcha.
Just
yeah, I agree.
To have the protection.
Yep.
And then my boy, Mirage Galgamon, back from the kennel. Reboot, blocker, evade. He's great. On Evo, on attack, you may return a level 5 or lower Digimon to the hand, just like my favorite Mirage. Then, by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your tamers, return one of your opponent's lowest level Digimon to the hand. So this is really nice removal. You get rid of a little guy and you get rid of a little guy and a big guy potentially, depending on how you can layer your effects. And then all turns once per turn when effects add cards to your opponent's hand or trash cards from under your tamers, he gets an unsuspend. So that's really nice because he has evade. So you try to kill him, he evades. You try to kill him, you trash a source from your tamer thanks to the Mach Gau inherit. Your opponent drew a card somewhere, get an unsuspend so you can evade again. He's a reboot blocker. I love Mirage Galgamon. And the rest of Data Squad, you know
what I noticed about this this whole line? All of the whole line is looking right.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
The regular art isn't for Mirage.
No,
the regular Mirage is looking left.
I think they're all honestly got obviously like I hate the deck as the deck, but I think the arts are super cool for the whole line in this set.
Yeah. This artist Kazumasa Yasukuni, he went insane.
You mentioned it before, like I think this whole line is fantastic for either a Data Squad deck that's a mix of everything and its own like Mirage. I think they did a fantastic job of making cards that's good for both decks and not just for like one or the other.
Agreed.
The others, I don't even think there's anything else besides Shine, I feel like.
Yeah, because I think the Rosemon and all that stuff is all just in the starter deck. So
the starter deck, yeah, that's all in the starter deck. Yeah.
So I think just Shine and Burst mode, right?
It's not even a Shine. It's just Burst mode.
Oh, okay.
We do have Thomas. You got Thomas, though.
Oh, yeah, Thomas, my boy. Thomas, also known as Toma in the Japanese. He's a memory setter, the new Thomas memory setter. The one effects add cards to your opponent hand by suspending this tamer. You may place the top 2 cards of your deck face down under your tamers. So this is just really good for Data Squad archetype because it's all about getting those cards underneath your tamers. And then whenever any of your Digimon would digivolve into a Data Squad trait Digimon, by trashing the bottom face down source card under any of your tamers, reduce the cost by 1. Pretty nice, pretty solid. Good Thomas. I think this pretty much between him and the dual tamer from the starter deck. I don't think you really lean too heavily into any of the old Thomases anymore. Maybe the 3 cost to get an unsuspend. And then you got this cool option card.
Mirage Beast Knight.
Look at the art on this. I love it. They went for the 3D style from the show. It's fantastic. When this card would be used, so this is a 5-drop, but when this card would be used by trashing the bottom face down cards from any of your tamers, now it's a 3-drop. And this just lets you warp by placing a Gauga and a Mach Gau from your trash as one of your Gaumon's bottom source. You get to go straight into Mirage. I don't know if this card will see play, but we've seen this kind of option card come up like several times now, and they're usually kind of throwaway. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The new Mirage is kind of defensive since it's like a reboot blocker. So this could be a really nice, like, I need to stabilize for a turn.
Yeah. And then next we got the the boy, the cover art of the set. Crazy that for the set it's only because the Data Squad is only one line and it's just Shine and then Shine Greymon the burst mode. It's so funny.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the first dual card we'll speak of in this set. Shine Greymon burst mode and then final Shine and Burst. Fantastic card. Honest to God, this reads broken as AF. So first off, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a dual card. You see in the top left is signifies that's a dual card. That means you can't just hard play it you can't just hard drop it or like play it off an effect or anything like that, which is pretty fair, I would say. First off, he has 2 black box evos. He has Digivolve level 6 over Data Squad for 5, and then he has Burst Digivolve for Shine Greymon for 0 by returning Marcus Daemons to the hand. Pretty good. And here is a keyword soup itself right here. We got a raid, piercing, second attack +1, blocker, and barrier. This is the first time that Shine Greymon has barrier. Yep. I mean, realistically, if you're not winning with this card on board, like, what are you doing? What are you doing with this drops? Like, seriously. On Evo, when attacking, activates one of the main effect of this card's option side. We'll talk about it in a second. And then your turn, here's where it gets broken. Besides like it being a dual card and all the keyword soup, all of your Marcuses are also treated as 12k Digimon DP, 12k DP Digimon, and gain Rush. That is so crazy. That if you have 4 Marcuses on board, they all gain Rush and they all can swing. It's just so crazy.
And that's game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And its second effect, as I mentioned before, it being a dual card, it has an option effect that's what the when Digivolve when attacking effect is speaking about. So you can use this card for its cost of 6 to use the final Shine and Burst side. And the requirements is Data Squad if you have something on Data Squad on trait, or obviously if you meet the color requirements, you can use it like that as well. So one of your opponent's Digimon gets -15k for the turn. Then you may play 1 tamer card from your hand while paying the cost. So again, another way to play Marcus for free. This is Final Shine and Burst, the option, the OG version from, a hot minute ago. I think it was BT12 or 13. For a cost of like 8, you're able to -15 or something, and then you play Marcus.
That's so crazy that like that cost 8 to do, and now you get to do it for 6 and get a free Digivolve and get to do it again.
If I'm not mistaken, that was a -12. The reason why you got -15 was because you played out the BT13 Marcus for the -15 in total. So funny. Yep. And then for anyone who doesn't know, at its finest, right? Like for the third part of this card effect, I guess it has so much to do because a lot of dual cards are like that. It has what's called Arts Digivolve. So when you use this card, instead of trashing it after use, your card may Digivolve into this card without paying the cost. So that includes a Digimon on board or even in your breeding area, because it counts as your field in general, which is pretty cool.
Right.
And this card is just broken. When that time comes out and this comes out, like, Shine is going to be a tier 1 deck in my opinion, because this card right here is just going to push everything over, and being able to climb up for free a lot of the time because of the way that the new star deck allows you to go use your options for free, which allows you to use your Shine Greymon, the regular one, the one that has Geo Gray Burst Sword or something like that, whatever it's called. You can use it for free, Evo into it, and then you can, Burst Digivolve for free as well. Like, it's just so much you can do with the new stuff that is just pretty crazy in my opinion.
It's pretty cool. It's going to be interesting to see how people end up building Data Squad, if they're going to go sort of like mix and match pieces, or if they'll go all in on Shine, or like closer to like Mirage, or it'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I think Beat Break feels a little bit more complete in the sense of the amount you could do in comparison to Data Squad, but Data Squad has just so much previous history that you can just like mix match cards and you do some cool stuff with it.
Definitely.
So now Data Squad's out of the way. This is also a reminder real quick that BT26 will also have Data Squad stuff. So if you're sad that you didn't see like Rosemon Burst Mode or Mirage Burst Mode or even like Ravemon in it, expect to see those cards in BT26.
For sure.
think the next things to talk about for sure now is the TS stuff. I'm super excited for half of the TS stuff. I'm not excited for the other half because I don't really care about the other half. Which one you want to talk? You want Galaxy or Bear Brothers?
So I'm excited for Volcanus. So why don't you start us off for Bear Brothers?
Oh, I forgot about Volcanus. Yeah, Volcanus is pretty cool. Bear Brothers, cool deck. Let's call it like that. Anyways, I think Tokamon is for any TS deck now. This is pretty good. So yeah, when attacking, if this Digimon has the TS trait, draw one. So just a free draw one. Pretty good.
I don't know if that replaces the Wanyamon, because the Wanyamon is like you don't even have to worry about threatening an attack to get your draw. So it's nice to just have an additional one.
I think for if you're playing like TS Coliseum, you probably gonna want the Tokamon because you're gonna want attack quite often.
Right. But
I could be wrong. We'll see when the time comes. Next,
for sure,
we got two Bear Brothers. We got two Bearmons, which is pretty cool. I think that's awesome that they decided to do that. We have the red one.
We have Sad Bearmon and Mad Bearmon.
Exactly. This is the Sad Bearmon. This is the Bearmon that turns into Marsmon for anyone who doesn't know. Right. Start your main phase. If you have 4 or less memory, you may digivolve into a Digimon with Beast, Animal, or Sovereign, other than Sea Animal, and its traits or the TS trait from your hand while paying the cost. So it's your generic Evo for free Digimon. Pretty good for that. The next we got Grizzlymon. On play on Evo, one of your Digimon with Beast, Animal, Sovereign, other than Sea Animal, or Shaman or TS gains raid and 3k for the turn. Your boy is gonna get huge real fast. Like,
oh yeah,
this thing's gonna get to 20k pretty easy. And with inheritables with all turns 1k, it's really easy to just get super buff when you pop it off. And then we have Grapleomon. On Evo, on play, one of your Digimon gets plus 3k for the turn, then one of your Digimon may attack. So at this point already, if you're just doing at the Grapleo point, you have plus 3k from Grizzly, plus 3k from himself. That is in total 13k, plus 2 inheritables for plus 1k. That means Grapleo is immediately a 15k beast stick already, which is crazy. And then all turns, when a Digimon with 13k DP or more attacks, Digimon may Digimon to
like
Marsmon or Talisman in your hand while paying the cost. Exactly. Like Gino said, he's going to be at that point when you're popping off. So that means you're going to a free flow 4. The only time you're going to pay something is when you go into the Grapleomon for probably 3 and probably sometimes even less if you have something else to activate for the reduction. And then you're Evo into Mars or Talisman for free. And it's just crazy strong. And then second attack plus 1 is a heritable. You're doing crazy damage. And here's the first cool part of Bear Brothers deck. Marsmon, the boy, the GOAT, the OG line of Bearmon from Digimon World 3. I'm so hyped that in the card game they kept this.
For sure.
This card is crazy. So when this card will be played, this is a Digimon with 13k DP or more. Reduce the play cost by 5. So of course, as every Olympus 12 in TS in the card game, they have some type of effect to reduce its own play cost. So if you have another Digimon on board, or if your opponent has a Digimon that's pretty big, you play this for cheap. You could do some funny shenanigans where you have like Mother D Reaper on board, raise Mother D Reaper, and then you play this for 7.
Don't do that.
Why not? It's a free play, basically.
No. You get to let your Mother D Reaper battle something, which is funny.
You could, yeah. On play, on Evo, when attacking, mind you, this is not a once per turn effect.
Not the once per turn.
So you can do this multiple times.
Double
in
battle.
A turn. Yep. One of your Digimon gets plus 3k for the turn. Again, another 3k boost. So what we had already, we had 8k in total. So with the grap and below, that's 20k. This is 23k. Then do it again, make it 26k. Look, you can kill Vortex Dramon.
Realistically, though, you have to swing with Grapleo, so you're going to miss the when attacking. So you probably won't get the double battle, double boost.
True. But 20k.
There was a situation where you could. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. One of your Digimon gets plus 3k for the turn. Then when your Digimon may battle one of your opponent's Digimon. So cool. As we're noticing, Green is having this identity where they're forcing battle with Digimon. There's a new thing for Green, and it's pretty cool that Marsmon has it. All turns once per turn, when any of your TS straight Digimon wins a battle, trash your opponent's top security. Fantastic effect. I think this card is phenomenal. All turns being able to do that is great. Downside, it's like not really downside per se, but I would say there's just no defense when it comes to the Marsmon line. So like if they're able to deal with it pretty easily, you're gonna be able to deal with it pretty easily.
We punch. That's the play.
Exactly.
Look at that altar. Altar. We got the Shoryuken.
Yep. Fire ass effect. I can't wait to play this in real life. But we got more. We got the evil side. Let's talk about that. Yeah, exactly. We got Mad Bearmon, like Gino said. Oh my god, yo, he's so funny looking. It's so funny. The contrast. I'm mad he's not a box cover as well. They should have made him a box cover.
Yeah, what's up with that? That's messed up.
I'm tight, low key.
It's because he's not Olympus 12.
Facts. Your turn when Digimon will digivolve into a green TS trait Digimon card, reduce the cost by 1. So just a reduce on Evo. So makes your 2 cost Evos into 1 most likely. All turns when Digimon wins a battle, draw 1. So now we're seeing the other half where when you do win your battles, you get some type of effect, which is pretty good.
I like it.
We have the second Grizzlymon. He's blocker on body, Evo over 2 for on a TS trait. So again, like I mentioned before, you can Evo for 1. Same with the other Grizzlymons earlier as well. On play on Evo, one of your Digimon with, that trait gains 3k until your opponent's turn ends. So the previous line was only on your turn. This one is to the end of your opponent's turn, which I think is better in my opinion, because now your Marsmon or Calismon can stay really big until the end of your opponent's turn. Blocker on body, all turns, you draw 1 if you win a battle. Pretty good. And then the first time ever we get to see Great Grizzlymon in the card game. This is his first showing. Pretty cool that they added the new stuff too. Pretty good card, right? So blocker, face, on play, on Evo, give one of your opponents Digimon start your main phase Digimon may attack. So now you can see where the combos coming through, right? Why you're getting DP onto the end of your opponent's turn, because you're forcing the battle on their turn when they start the main phase. All turns when Digimon wins a battle, and they digivolve into Callus and Marsmon in their hand while playing the cause. The crazy part about this effect, Gino, this boy's all turns effect. So you force your opponent to do it. You're like, nah, you're coming at me first, buddy.
That's right.
And now 100%. I'm going Evo on your turn and F up your whole plays. And then the herald's pretty good. When this Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash their top security card. So if this is Marsmon, you can trash 2 security off that effect, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I think Marsmon is also all turns. Let me double check real quick. Marsmon is all turns, so yeah, you do win the battle, you get to trash 2 cards. Pretty good. And secondly, we got Callus. I'm passing Callus. Where is he?
Right after Monarch Liza.
Yeah, I kind of scrolled a little too far down. This card's crazy. Reboot, block, and fortitude. So the boy's coming back when you get rid of him.
Yes, sir.
On play on Evo when attacking. Again, same concept as Marsmon. You may suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. And then one of the Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend until the turn's end. A stun, pretty good. Old Calismon had a similar effect as that as well. The one that was for NSO. All turns, once per turn, when an effect plays or digivolve any Digimon, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then the Digimon may battle one of your opponent's Digimon. Realistically, that's a strong ass effect to combo it with Marsmon. It's fantastic, I think. It feels like you want to go into Callus first and then hard drop the Marsmon potentially, so you get that synergy to be able to play that Marsmon out and stuff like that. Card is just fantastic. I love it. What do you think about cool. Callus?
I love it. Calismon, for those who don't know, is one of the original designs from way back in V-Tamer. He was a major enemy from V-Tamer, and it's cool to see him get some love for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Pretty crazy. And then we have Paradise Coliseum. This is the option for the Coliseum. Pretty good effect. All turns, all your green TS Digimon gain
pretty good
plus 2k. While you have Mars and Calismon, they also gain Rush, which is cracked.
Sure, why not?
Yep. And then the main effect, you grab the bottom and then you put it underneath it and you play something for reduced play cost. So you could potentially play that Marsmon for, what was that, 4 potentially? Crazy. And then you have Rush, you can swing, you can do a lot of shenanigans. Card's pretty good, obviously, in combination with those. I'm excited for that deck. I think the deck could potentially do something. It's very powerful in the sense of you just force a battle at a high number and you just deal with their board. We're very board controlly. We gotta see if we need to add more stuff to do more damage potentially, but we'll see. I think it's pretty good. What do you think about the potential of that deck?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It has all the battle synergies. We'll just put Vortex Dramon as the top end and we'll call it a day.
Right, that's true. Do we have any like DNA? We can go. Oh wait, we can't. We go Ragnarok, right? We go Ragnarlord.
You can go Ragnarlord here, yeah, because you got black and red. Yep, you can go with that. Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff you could do with that deck. I'm with it. Honestly, I think you could run old Talisman and DNA the 2 5s.
You 100% can. Yeah, you 100% can, which is pretty cool. That's why people bought out the old Talisman.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yep. Next TF stuff we got is Volcanus that Gino wants to talk about. Where are we starting at?
Volcanus. Okay, so Volcanus, I think we go down to the black stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
We did talk about some of it, so yeah, I think Toy Algamon's part of it.
Yeah. So Volcanusmon's whole gimmick is using link cards better than any Appmon could ever want to. So we took Linkmon from Appmon and we gave it to all option cards for the TS archetype, and this one really leans into it. So Toy Agumon on play, he's going to be your searcher. He's got Reboot as an inherit. He's going to reveal your top 3, add an option card and a TS trait Digimon card among them to the hand. And just before him, we have Kokuamon, which is your standard. If you have 4 or less memory, you get to Digivolve for free into a Machine, Cyborg, or TS. This is pretty good. You know, what else can you say? Plus 1k all turns is very nice, especially because you can have like blockers pretty easily in this deck.
Yeah.
The next line is gonna go up to Gardramon. He's pretty standard. But all turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing a link card, it doesn't leave, which is nice. Give protection on your level 4. And you'll see when we get to Volcanus, it's very likely that all your guys will be linked up. So let's go to who's next. We already talked about Raremon, which is pretty good for the deck, and Dragomon as well. So I think we're just gonna jump straight to Volcanus, right?
Just a quick mention, like Dragomon is way more for Volcanus than it is for like a Titan deck, though.
For sure. So Volcanus, insane as always. His as all Olympus 12, you can play him for 7 if you meet the specific requirements. For Volcanus, it's if you have fewer Digimon than your opponent, which is so good. This is instant crackback. Like no matter what, you're going to be able to play this if your opponent just like, you know, destroys your board. On play, on Evo, you may link up to 2 cards from your hand or trash to any of your Digimon without paying the cost. Then for each of your link cards, D-Digivolve 1 all of your opponent's Digimon. Insane. Board wide, D-Digivolve's fantastic. And then all turns, all of your TS Digimon just have Rush and Link +1. So you can link up to 2 cards to everything. And then if you have multiple Volcanusmons in play, I don't even want to think about how many cards you can have linked.
Oh yeah, GG's.
And then your turn, when your Digimon get linked, one of them may attack. So who needs Dan and Cannon when we can just link and attack? Although Dan and Cannon does synergize pretty well with the rest of what this deck wants to do. This is a good time to talk about the option cards for this set. So we got Ignition Flare. This is gonna, as long as you have a TS card, you can use this. So it's gonna be delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. If this effect didn't link, you get to delete an option card in the battle area. and then you may link this card to one of your Digimon on the field.
Wait,
and
which
then
card?
Ignition Flare.
Oh, the red one. Muffle.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, this is the Marsmon technically one, right?
Technically, but Volcanusmon's going to use all of them, I think.
Yeah. I hope so.
When attacking once per turn, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much DP as this Digimon or less. And since you're buffed with Link, it's usually you're bigger than things. This is a great option card, especially to play for free. An option card that has option hate is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Then we got, let's go down to Iron Slash. This one's got Volcanusmon on himself. DigiGuard 2 for 3 is pretty freaking good.
Like, it's super strong.
Like, even if, like, when everyone was scared of Vortex, we were all just teching in one of option, and black was kind of a really awkward place and no one knew what to do. Here's your answer. Iron Slash. Even if you can't link it to one of your guys, a quick DigiGuard 2
for 3 is crazy.
Is really good. Yeah. And then when you link it, you gain collision and piercing. Perfect keyword combination. Like, what more could you ask for with Iron Slash, really? Then we've got Volcanusmon's signature option card here, Divine Arms version Omega. This is really cool. I love this. By trashing a TS trait card from your hand, draw 2. So it's your what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency option. And then after, you can link this to a TS trait card. Link this card or a TS trait card from your trash to one of your Digimon on the field without paying the cost. And then this is a big link. You get plus 4k DP on him, and you get Sec +1 and Reboot. The only caveat is that you can only link this to Volcanusmon, so it doesn't link to other TS trait cards like most of the rest of the link cards in this set.
That'll be broken if it was anything.
Right. But it does also give protection. When this Volcanusmon would leave the battle area by trashing one of its link card, it doesn't. So, really great card here. It does everything, man. Consistency, protection, Sec +1 Reboot, 4k. What more could you ask for? And then finally, the last card in the option lineup for him, his field spell is Factorial Area. Like the rest of them, you put this in security, and then you get to play a black or red Digimon card with the cost reduced by 3. But the effect is all of your black or red TS trait Digimon gain blocker. And then while you have Volcanus, they also have Link 1. So that's, if you have Volcanus on the field, you have Link +2 by default if Factorial is in the field. So,
which that's pretty crazy. Like,
right.
Just give everything like that is just strong.
This deck's going to be really interesting to try and figure out the ratios, because you want to run a lot of option cards, but then if you run a lot of option cards, it's like, oh man, that's a lot of chances to brick as well, which is why I think Divine Arms Omega is so important.
Agreed.
Really excited to build this. Volcanusmon is my favorite weeb, and I can't wait to build some Divine Arms, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Next TS deck we're going to talk about is not Galaxy. We're going to talk about Bacchusmon with his homegirl Saruman. We're totally skipping Galaxy for now because I don't care about it.
Dan doesn't like Galaxy.
I care about that. Yeah, don't care about it. We got Floramon. We got a Searcher, real top 3, add 1 Vegetation or Shaman trade card and 1 TS trade card. Your generic Searcher, pretty good. And in your turn, here's a new effect kind of for green, I think. Your turn, all of your Digimon gains plus 1k. If that's going to be a new thing for green moving forward, that's a fantastic effect to just boost like that. Pretty strong in my opinion.
Especially when you're so focused on battle for other green effects and archetype stuff.
Word.
So like, really nice.
Yeah, it is. Then we got Kiwimon. On play on Evo, you may suspend 1 Digimon. Then if there are 2 or more suspended Digimon, one of your opponent's Digimon can't unsuspend until their turn ends. So a solid effect. Not anything you want to write home about, but it's pretty good. He's also rule trait as Vegetation because Kiwimon is also a bird, so has both. All turns, again, not all turns, your turn, all your Digimon gain plus 1k. Pretty solid effect, again. Having that ability. Next we got is a Darumon. Darumon says, on play on Evo, you may suspend 1 Digimon. Then if there are 2 or more suspended Digimon, one of your Digimon may unsuspend. So being able to get more aggro potentially in your deck, pretty good. All turns, once per turn, when Digimon suspends, you may play 1/4K or lower Digimon card with vegetation, plant, avian, or bird in any of its traits, or the TS trait from your hand while paying the cost. That's
Bloom Lord Bros, we're back.
Low key, what'd you say? We say Bloom Lord?
I said Bloom Lord Bros, we're back.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, like, this card might be like the new best level 5 for any green deck, because it feels like it's very strong for anything that's vegetation plants. So Bloom Lord, Rosemon. If you're playing a TS plants like
Plant
you
Leopard.
possibly can now, Plant Leopard. This card is probably your new MVP. And mind you, Avian and Bird. So if you're playing Vortex Dramon, this could be a new go-to card as well. You get to play out your low 3s and 4s potentially. Just very strong card in my opinion. Being able to have that alternative effect. And then inheritable opponent's turn, when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you change the target to one of your suspended Digimon. So again, that effect is really good in any green deck, it feels like, right? You're always suspended at most times. If you're a big ass body, like, you know, Vortex Dramon, like, another way to like protect your security without having to use your force battle, without having to block, like, that just adds another layer of how do I get over this giant stack. I don't know.
For sure.
This card feels like the new MVP for green decks.
It's good, man. It's really solid.
I think so too. Next we got we're gonna talk about I guess we're gonna talk about Sarah's already. Okay. I thought Bacchus is black green or something like that. Sarasmon, this was the one that we waited forever for the reveal, and we finally got at the end, just like Sarasmon came through to save the day at the end of TS. This card is phenomenal, honestly. As per usual, got its own requirements to play for cheaper, which is when this card will be played, if there are 2 or more suspended Digimon, reduce the cost by 5, which is pretty good. And then on play on Evo, you may suspend up to 2 Digimon, then none of your suspended vegetation or TS trait Digimon are affected by your opponent's Digimon effects until their turn ends. That is a crazy effect.
That's really good.
To have all your vegetation and TS Digimon who are already suspended to be able to get that immunity is such a strong effect, especially in tandem with obviously anything that's in TS, right? Because mind you, this is TS trait Digimon also. So in TS tandem, if you're playing just vegetation, you can gain like immunity on your Floodgate rookie, which is dumb as AF. If you have that out, which is the I forget what his name right now is, the Pomu. Even if it's not, right, like, you want to make sure your other plants are alive, whatever, like whatever you're playing, Palmons or Togemon or what's the other plant low 4s that's important in decks? I forget their names right now. Sunflow, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just strong ass effect, right? And then all turns, once per turn, when any Digimon suspend to one of your opponent's Digimon, gain -3k until their turn ends for each suspended Digimon. So this is kind of like a similar effect to the Cherubi Ace in a sense, right? For every Digimon you have, but this is every suspended Digimon. Strong ass DP neck when you're gonna be making a super wide board and everything's gonna be suspended. You just blow, kill something.
And it's until their turn ends, which is very nice.
True. Gets over Vortex Dramon.
Don't forget to talk about Siren.
Yeah, but Siren is yellow green, not green yellow.
Right. Yeah, you have to scroll.
I'm getting there. Oh, I passed him. My fault. Okay, I got you. Yeah, this card is pretty good, especially if you're playing it in a TS, you know, Bacchus slash let's call it TS Forest, right? First, it has a security effect, which is crazy. Security, end of your turn, you may play one Sarasmon from your hand with the cost reduced by 7. So that means if you're playing off of this and then use its own reduction, you're playing it for free, I believe. So if this effect played, you may place this card as a Digimon's bottom source, which is crazy. And all turns, when any of your other Shaman or Iliad trait Digimon or team will leave the battle area other by your effects by deleting this Digimon, they don't leave. So it gives protection to everything. On deletion, you may place this card face up as a bomb security. It's gonna take a while to get there because just like in the game, when she got bodied and she has to rest, she was there resting for a hot minute. So I love the lore aspect of this card, how it works. And then opponent's turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may change the attack target to one of your suspended Digimon. This card is phenomenal. This card is kind of cracked, honest to God, especially in a 4S TS deck. Has protection for all your dudes. You put it in security. When it gets hit out of security, you're playing Sarazmon probably for free. It just does so much. I think it helps the deck that much more. And then obviously the redirect, so good.
Really solid card.
Yeah. And then next, we're going to talk about the Bacchus line, the drunk himself. We kind of talked about half of the stuff that's in it. So like this Monojumon is going to be probably fantastic for the deck because it says all turns with Digimon suspends, draw one. Your turn with Digimon attacks, player lose 2 memory. You're never going to do that part. You try to use this effect for the draw, which I think is the important part about this card.
Yep.
Same thing with like the Delta and the Orochimon. You're going to be able to suspend them, gain those effects, which is phenomenal, which we already talked about. And then let's talk about the boy himself, Bacchusmon. In the regular art, you see him getting fed by Sirenmon with some alcohol. Fantastic art. I love it. And then you got the R. My boy got a pizza in his mouth. And I think it's a burger. You got a chicken leg. You got everything. He's just trying to suck up. Ayo,
Majin Buu, mother.
Majin Buu ass dude, right? Card's awesome as well. So again, all Olympus 12 effects has effect to reduce his play cost. His is when this card will be played, if there are 12 or more levels total worth of Digimon, reduce the cost by 5. I think this one's a little bit harder to reach, but not really in a sense, right? Because like one level 6 on board gets you there. It's just a matter of how fast that can get there. But you can also get really wide early with its own effects potentially, right. So that you can get there as well if you need to hard play it. Next we got on play on Evo. You may play one TS trade Digimon card with a 6k or less from your hand while paying the cost. So you can play a lot of those cards we mentioned before and gain those effects when you suspend them. When any Digimon are played or Digivolve, you may suspend with Digimon, like I mentioned before. Then, if played or Digivolve by an effect, delete one of your opponent's lowest DP Digimon. So, removal as well, and a way to suspend things. You can spend your own stuff for more effects. You can spend your opponent's stuff to, stop them in their tracks, and then pop something. I think it's just a solid card for the deck.
For sure. And famously, all of the level 5s that are in Archetype that we talked about are all 6k. So that means you can play your level 5s out instantly, which is very nice.
Yep, it's pretty good. And then we got for options, Gear Forest Village. Pretty good effect, right? You're able to give your green and black TS trade Digimon Alliance. And then if you have Bacchus or Seraph, they gain piercing. So now you're going to get crazy with damage, just spending their stuff. You're going to be able to swing over their things. You got Alliance, Pierce. You're going to do a lot of damage pretty fast with this card on board.
Yeah, getting the Alliance is really nice because you can just go like, if you want to run that old Garuru with jamming, the TS Garuru with jamming, just boom, true, Alliance, yeah. 2 checks jamming, do something. Like, good stuff.
True, no, that's facts. Next TS stuff we got is either Angels or Galaxy or TS, or not TS, Jupiter stuff as well. And then we have generic TS shenanigans. So whatever floats your boat next.
So we have the best card in the set right here, a Meramon, because he is Jimmy support.
Yo, Meramon is the go. I'm gonna talk about that eventually. This boy is nice because it's a main effect. So that means you can use it with Jimmy Ken because he's a flame. By trashing one flame or TS trade card from your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4k less. If this effect doesn't delete, draw 2. Brother in Christ, a draw 2 in that deck. We're getting crazy. We're getting crazy. Tier 1, baby. Tier 1.
Unironically, I played against the Jimmy Ken player today on the sim.
Did you really? That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But realistically, let's talk about Angels because I think Angels has a lot of very interesting things it can do. I think we just jumped down to yellow because, yeah, the only TS
I don't think there's anything else, yeah. It's the Fremont part of it?
No, that's
Glowing Dawn. My fault. That's Glowing Dawn. Yeah.
So we got Patamon. Patamon is a searcher for Angel, Archangel, 3 Great Angels, or 4 Great Dragons, interestingly enough. And a TS trait card. I don't know why he's doing this pose here, but Barrier as Inherit is pretty nice. And yeah, he's your searcher. And then since the other Patamon, the promo Patamon, is already your Warper, so we didn't need a new or not Warper, but like if you have 4 or less memory, Evo into an Angel. So we already got that covered, so we just needed a searcher. This is a great searcher for Angels. I'm definitely going to try to make Angels work again because I think it has some very interesting pieces now. Angemon. Awesome card. When effects trash this card from security stack, you may play a level 4 lower Angel or Iliad trait card from your hand without paying the cost. This is awesome. So
yeah,
when you're burning your own security off of your various effects, if you hit one of these in there, you're cooking. You're just going super wide. And we have a brand new keyword, which is super cool, Ascension. When this Digimon is deleted, you may place this card as your top security. Awesome. I think that's a really cool keyword. Like,
yeah, that's first time we've seen this keyword. Pretty cool effect.
Super sick. And then also Barrier Inherit. You're going to see Barrier a lot in Angels. I guess Pegasusmon counts. He is a holy beast. It counts. And he is obviously Patamon's line. He has Armor Purge, of course, because he's an armor. On play on Evo, you add your top security to hand. Then you may play an Angel, Archangel, or 3 Gate Angel or Iliad trait card, or a TS trait Tamer card from your hand as your top or bottom. So really nice. Get your security set up.
That's a really good effect.
Yeah, a very solid effect. We got Shakomon, because he is an angel, kind of. He is a real trait
Not
angel.
Kind of, he is.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, look at him. I don't know, that biblically accurate angel, right?
Yep.
So on play on Evo. So first of all, you can DNA off a blue or black and a yellow, which is really nice. So get ready for Asuna and Hiroko Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. So we got you may place an Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angel or Iliad trait Digimon card from your hand or your Digimon's Digivolution cards as your top or bottom security. Taking it right from your stack is really nice because a lot of the times you're gonna have double barrier anyway. So like realistically, what do I need another barrier for, right? And then if DNA Digivolving, you trash both players' top security. So Shakomon effect, you put that Angemon in, and then you burn it by his effect, and now Angemon plays you another body out. Very nice. And then all turns, once per turn, when your security stack is added to Digivolve 1, and Inherit when your security stack is removed from one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4k for the turn. Awesome card. I'm really loving this Angels archetype. Next level 5 we got is Magna Angemon. He also has Ascension, and when he is trashed from security stack, you may play a level 4 lower Angel or Iliad trait from your hand without paying the cost. Very great. On play on Evo, by trashing your top or bottom security card, neg 8 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Solid neg, good card. He has the same inherit as Shakomon. And then the Mega here is Clavis Angemon. You may have been terrorized. You may have been terrorized by this guy in the game. Zaki. Yep. On play, on Evo, on attack, once per turn. By trashing your top or bottom security, your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect this Digimon until their turn ends. So that's right. We're getting immunity. And then, boy, it would be really cool if, like, after he was immune, he could, like, block or something. We got you covered. When security stack is removed from, you may play a level 4 or lower Angel or Iliad trait card from your hand without paying the cost. Then 2 of your Digimon gain reboot blocker. This guy's gonna keep you locked up just like the game. I love him.
Oh yeah,
I think this is really cool. I want to see if I can.
You mentioned before. I kind of like was distracted.
Go ahead.
The Shack, you can like loop Shack shenanigans, and then like I don't know, you can OTK or anything, but like you can keep doing keep doing it by placing your Angemons in security, play something out, and you just keep going.
Yep. Yeah, it's sick. The Shack loop is gonna. You thought the last Shaco loop was dead? Well, guess what? We just build it. We just do a new one. No Hoodiemon. This time we're TS Shack loop. I don't know. I guess we'll talk about it in when we get to the new Aegyo stuff. But Junamon, I think, interacts really well with this deck. Yeah. But we'll talk about that with Aegyomon. I thought there was one other card in this Angels archetype, but
you talked about Magna Angemon already, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's it. Awesome though. I'm gonna try and break out Dominimon and see if he can come back and do some stuff.
Not gonna talk about Junamon.
I'll talk about Junamon, sure. So Junamon is great for this deck, and it's also really good in Aegyo or / Jupiter decks. This probably replaces whatever secondary Olympus 12 you were playing. Or, sometimes you might want a little bit of toolbox, so a couple different ones. But this Junamon's cracked. When it would be played, of course, you can reduce it by 5 if there are 6 or fewer total security cards between the both players. On play on Evo, by placing one other Digimon as top security, trash both players' top security cards. So what's funny is that you can put your Angemon in there, trash it, and then the Angemon will just play another one from your hand. Very funny. All turns, once per turn, when your security stack is removed from, you may play one play cost 8 or lower Angel, Archangel, or Iliad trait card from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So this is why I was trying to think of that. The old Dominimon Magna Anja, you could just play him out, and then he gets the Evo from your security, which is cool. So great card. Get ready to see this card a lot. And boy, you really don't want to be on. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a Jupitermon deck that just slams this, and then oops, my security was removed from. So here comes a free Aegyo or Aegyokus. So
true.
Get ready for that.
Speaking of Jupiter, we got new Jupiter support as well, and I think this is phenomenal support for the deck. And I think if you're playing like a Jupiter dot deck, this is going to push it up into a higher tier. I'm not gonna say tier 1 per se, but it's definitely like tier 1.5 or something like that. Because this new stuff is pretty good. Starting with the Elecmon. You got to start a main phase by adding your top security to their hand, gain a memory. So it's just a more effective way of doing shenanigans. And then if you have what's her name, Inoria on board, then you evo to Aegyo for free. Aegyo, grab a card to your hand, play a Tamer out, and now when you go into the Aegyo Choose mod, you already have the 3 spot. If it's the old Aegyo Choose, now you can get the neg and the pop as well. And then you just already set up for your Jupiter plays, which is, I think, is pretty strong. If you're just going off of this alone, right? Pretty good. And then you have the inheritable. You may add your top security card to your hand. Then if you have 0 security cards, you cover 1. So again, another way to easily remove your own security to gain those good effects that you need for the deck. And finally, we finally got a good Aegyomon, a second one.
We can finally send promo away.
Yeah. This card has barrier on face and then on play on Evo. By adding your top security card to your hand, one of your opponent's Digimon gets neg 5k for the turn. Neg 5k is pretty big. Like, you can kill a lot of champions with ease. And then definitely mess with level 5s that's on board, or even level 6s on board on your climb to get rid of them into the Aegyo Choose, into the Jupitermon, and so on.
And like, you have so many options now with the Aegyokuses that you can go into. So you have a new one that digivolves, and if there's a level 5, they're probably just dead when they go back down to champion level because they're neg 5 from this Aegyo. Or you go into
the homies.
The red Aegyokus, you're gonna get a neg 10 total and then pop a 17k basically on the one single target. So this Aegyo is pretty good.
We're gonna get to the Aegyo Choose Mom Blue. It's kind of funny how they named him. Just the color of what he is. I think this card right here enables OTK plays. I think I haven't tested out yet, but I just read just the way it reads, right? Blocker, decode, pretty good. Decode seems like it's the thing. You go and decode your Aegyomons, I should say. On play on Evo, DigiGuard 1, like Gino mentions. And then if you have 3 or fewer security cards, one of your Digimon unsuspends. That's why I think this can add to potential OTK plays. Being able to have that unsuspend ability is crazy. And then on top of that, all turns as inheritable, when your security stack is removed from one of your Shaman trait Digimon may unsuspend. So another way to unsuspend,
this was
you're gonna be
needed.
yeah, you're gonna be trashing your own security with Jupitermon, and you're just gonna keep, doing shenanigans. I think it's just so strong.
As a Jupiter enjoyer, there's just so often that I would need just like one unsuspend and I do everything. And this Aegyokus just does that.
Yeah, exactly. Super strong. And then we got Aegyo Chusmon Green, which is pretty cool, right? Having Vortex and Decode, obviously. Vortex is what's important, I think. And you can kind of throw in the I'm not saying you should do this, but the show that allows you to Vortex into your opponent's security if you needed to for game or some shenanigans. Like, I'm just saying, you could do it. On play on Evo, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. It can't unsuspend until the turn ends. Then if you have 3 or fewer security cards, this Digimon gains piercing plus 5k. This dude becomes, what is that, a 13k B stick at that point? Pretty strong.
Yes, sir.
And then inheritable, when your security stack is removed from, you may suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. So another way to bother their board and affect it. So pretty solid card. I think the blue one is just better because of the unsuspends, but green is still pretty good, honestly.
Having the in-archetype Digivolve is very nice. You don't have to rely on Minervamon for it, so that's really great. True. The only trade-off between these two Aegyokusmons is that you don't get Decode as an inherit. So that's the trade-off.
Yeah. Yep. And then for options, do we talk about Guardian Palace?
We have not.
This is for Junomon, if you have Junomon on board. So all your yellow or purple TS trade Digimon gain alliance, period. And then while you have Juno, you gain scapegoat. So like, if you're playing Juno / Jupiter, you get even more crazy strong because now you have alliance in Jupitermon. With an unsuspend, sheesh, that just sounds really good and really strong.
Yeah, solid.
And that's it for that. TS stuff. We have 2 more TS shenanigans to talk about. It's Galaxy and Beelstar, which are, and then like generic ones. We could probably talk about those real quick. Okay, so generic ones. It's not necessarily generic, but we have Hawkmon. Hawkmon can Evo for a reduced cost of 1, but into a bird. Yada 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 yada. Pretty good. So we'll talk about it in a second. But Aquilamon. This is pretty good. On play on Evo, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if it's your turn to your Digimon may DNA to Sylphimon. This adds to like Sylphimon TS shenanigans. And it just adds more consistency to being able to go start of your turn, play your bodies out in DNA. And I'm so mad that this is a thing that you can do more consistently now with that.
The Sylphimon damage is real.
Yo, facts. And then next, we already talked about the Marimon, but Garudamon is pretty good too. On play, on Evo, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k or less. He has Fortitude and Raid as well on his body. All turns when the Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon battle, trash their top security card. This could be a pretty solid tech choice in like a besides like regular shenanigans, but like Marsmon and Calismon, TS Coliseum potentially be a good card. And other non-galaxy stuff, I think that's it really for that, I believe. Just checking. Right. Yeah, I think those were the off ones that didn't have really anything, and everything else has their own thingamajigs basically for their decks. Yeah. Unless you want to talk about Monica real quick. Monica is pretty cool. She's she can work for anything. On play, you may return 1 TS trade option card from your hand, from your trash to your hand. If this effect didn't add, you just withdraw 1. Your turn, when you use a TS trade option card by suspending Tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack until their turn ends. Pretty strong to be able to stun your opponent's Digimon like that. Gino mentioned about stunning Galacticmon earlier. Like that's something that would definitely affect it.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to be really good in Volcanisk when you're using options basically every turn.
Yep. In Galaxy, go ahead.
All right, Galaxy. So it's Galaxy, but it's not Galaxy because it's TS.
True.
So we're not doing Galaxy shenanigans. Lunamon is your searcher here. You're at Coronamon. Sorry, I skipped. Coronamon, when moving and on play, it's just really good combination of of keywords here. Or effects. By trashing up to 2 Iliad or TS trait cards, draw 1 for each card trashed. That's really cool because, spoiler alert, stuff interacts with your trash, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, you can do Asuna stuff, which is very good for... this deck's going to ping pong. So Asuna can interact pretty well with that. So I guess we're going Coronamon first. We'll go Phyramon. He also has an Inherit of plus 2k during your turn. On play on Evo, by trashing a card in your hand, you may return a red or blue Iliad trait Digimon card from trash to hand. When your Digimon are played or Digivolved, if any of them are blue, you can Digivolve into a Flareon in the hand with the cost reduced by 1. So this is where the Asuna stuff gets crazy. You got the memory setter, you can ping pong all the way back up and then whip it back.
Yeah.
Because Flareon, on Evo, on play, this Digimon may attack. Then by trashing 1 card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 7k or less. Just another way for you to get a quick attack before your unsuspend phase, you know. When any of your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them are blue, you can Digivolve into Apollo in the hand with the cost reduced by 2. And then Apollomon, he's red and yellow, like the ace. If your opponent has a Digimon with 12k DP or more, that's his cost reduction requirement. On play on Evo, for the turn, all of your opponent's Digimon get minus 2k for each of your Digimon, so probably at least minus 4 blanket, possibly more. Then delete one of their Digimon with as much DP as this Digimon or less. End of your turn, you get a free DNA into Grace Nova, and then one of your Digimon may attack, likely Grace Novamon. Hopping over to the Lunamon side, Lunamon here is going to be your searcher. Reveal top 3 and get an Iliad and a TS. This is honestly may replace Elecmon in a lot of builds because jamming Inherit is just strictly better and it's the same search. So expect that in like TS slop style decks. Lekismon, also jamming Inherit. On play on Evo, draw 1, always good. And then this has the same ping pong effect as Flaremon. And then Cressimon, on play on Evo. Trash the bottom 3 sources of one of your opponent's Digimon, then one of their Digimon no sources can suspend until their turn ends. Very strong stun effect. And then again, ping pong into Dianamon. This Dianamon is insane. Get ready to see this a lot in any version of TS.
Agreed.
This one, as long as your opponent has a level 6 or higher, that's her reduction. None of your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards can suspend until the turn ends, then delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. But she also sees her all turns. When any Digimon are played or Digivolved, you may trash any 4 sources from your opponent's Digimon. Then 2 of your opponent's Digimon, or 2 of your Digimon may DNA into a Grace Nova in the hand. That's crazy. Not just her regular effect is very good, but also being able to facilitate a DNA into Grace Nova is pretty insane. We'll jump all the way down to Cosmic Area. This is one of my favorite areas in the game. I thought it was very unique and pretty cool how you could flip between them.
It's cool. I just hated
it. All your red or blue TS trait Digimon gain Alliance, while you have Apollo or Diana. They also gain Rush because sure.
So dumb.
And then Grace Nova. He's your other secret of the set. Very cool Digimon. He's got... Come on, Grace Nova's cool. He's got Sec +1 and Ice Cloud, and he partitions out your Apollo and Diana, which, by the way, remember, have very strong on-play abilities. So good luck removing this guy. On Evo, on attack, return one of your opponent's Digimon, not once per turn, by the way. So he's going to do this twice off of your effect. Return one of your opponent's Digimon with as many or fewer Digivolution cards as this Digimon to the bottom of the deck. So anything, probably. When attacking and counter timing. Once per turn, for each of this Digimon's Digivolution cards, trash any one source from your opponent's Digimon, then end the attack. Huh? What? That's all I need to say about that card. That's bonkers. Oh, and yeah, it's just for the record, he's a rule trait Olympus 12, so Homeros can just do it again.
Yeah, it's pretty cool effect. My only thing is, I just feel like if this was an SR, no one would have blinked.
I don't know, dude. You put counter on a card and you have my attention.
This card just doesn't read crazy like Secret Rare crazy, like Shine Burst mode is. That's just me personally. That's how I think of it. I just think this is just, you just close it out and call it a day, and that's all it is, and that's just it. Like, there's nothing to it. I don't know. It's just me personally. Maybe it's just me, the haterade in me, and when it comes to Galaxy.decks, could just be that. I think I gotta see it in person and like on, and not just read it as on paper, because on paper to me just sounds like, it's cool, whatever. I'll just go, do something and just get rid of it, call it a day. But I don't know. Maybe in practice, it's a lot better than on paper to me.
For the record, too, you can just like the 3 and the 4 are kind of ping pong and built for this deck, or the 3, 4, 5 are kind of ping pong and built for this version of the deck. But you can straight up just take Diana, Apollo, and Grace Nova and put them into your old Galaxy deck and probably 100%. Do just fine.
I think straight up, this Grace Nova is better in OG Galaxy than it is in TX Galaxy.
Well, it's definitely the better Grace Nova, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
But I'm just saying, because like you can use this so much more effectively, where you can evo in this for free, whether it's a DNA or you just go, Red Tamer evo for free. You know what I'm saying? And then you can use it way more than I think you could in here, because in this, you're probably going to use it more as a closer than you are using it for everything else it does. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Free balling. That's just my thoughts on this card. Yeah, we will see. And I didn't show the SP. The SP's pretty, or 2 stars, pretty badass.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the gold border 2 stars.
Nah, never. And last TS stuff, we got to start wrapping up, and we're going to talk about beat break, because we are hitting that time soon. Last TS stuff is Beelstar. Beelstar got a huge boost in this set. This car, I think this deck
is going to be a threat. Yeah, this is going to be a threatening deck.
First, we got the egg, the Pagumon. It allows you to once per turn, when a three Musketeers trade card are placed in this Digimon's Revolution card, it may digivolve into a Digimon card with 3 Musketeers in its text or the TS trait in the hand, with the cost reduced by 2. Your whole deck is doing that, so whenever you feel like it, you can just evo for reduced cost by 2. Whenever you feel like it, pretty strong. Then we
Pokemon can come back. These eggs are too strong.
These eggs are getting out of hand already. We forgot to mention earlier Kokuamon. Did you mention the Kokuamon?
I did, yeah. When we talked about
cool. Never mind. Yep. I kind of like forgot at that moment. And then I think she's just purple line this time around. Yeah, it is just purple line. So we got the Gazimon. This is a fantastic searcher. So when moving on play, so you never miss out on your search. Real top 3, add 1 card with 3 Musketeers in its text, or you may place 1 3 Musketeers trade card in your Digimon's bottom source, and then bottom deck the rest, and header will retail. Pretty good searcher for the deck. I wish this Gazimon could work for like generic search, so I can add it to Millenniumon, but I guess not all Gazimons can be for Millenniumon,
Oh my god, you got your invite. Why don't you just be happy for once?
Hey, I am happy, first off. I just want more Gazis to play. That's all. And then we got this Black Gazimon. This Black Gazimon low-key broken. So
yeah, this card's
Black
insane.
Box Evo. Black Box Evo for 2, for 3 Musketeers and TS. On play on Evo, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Tamer card with 3 Musketeers and its text from your hand without paying the cost. So that means you could play Asuna for free.
Or Violet.
Or Violet, yep. All turns, while you have a Tamer with 3 Musketeers and its text, this Digimon may digivolve into the 3 Musketeer trade card for digivolution for ignoring digivolution requirements.
Straight to Beelstar. Do not pass go. Exactly. Do not collect $200.
Exactly. You can skip your 5 to go straight into a Beelstar. It's just crazy what you can do. And then you can do combinations of reduction by somebody's effect. I forget what it is. Well, maybe I'll remember in a second. But it's pretty good. And then it has inheritable when attacking once per turn by placing a 3 Musketeer trade card from your hand or trash as its bottom digital card. Draw 1. Just a strong effect. Next, we got Lady Devi. Lady Devi's good, but like,
a lot of the time you're gonna skip her.
Yeah, exactly. So Black Box Evo right now. On play on Evo by placing 1 3 Musketeers card from your hand or trash as bottom source. Draw 1. On Evo on attack by trashing 1 option card from any of your Digimon sources. You may use 1 3 Musketeers trade option card from your trash with the cost reduced by 3. Solid effect. Pretty good, honestly. And then inherited on deletion, you may play 1 low 4 lower Digimon card with 3 Musketeers and text from your hand, from your trash while paying the cost. So that means you can play out your Black Gatomon again and then do it again. It's pretty good. And next but not least, our ultimate rare card. The first one we're talking about here today, because we haven't gotten to B-Break. Beelstarmon. This card is broken. First off, it has blocker. It is a dual card as well, so you can't just play it. Can Evo reduce cost by 3. I mean, you can black box Evo for 3, I meant to say. On Evo, when attacking, you may use 1 3 Musketeer or TS trade option card from your hand or this Digimon sources while paying the cost. On Evo, when attacking, counter. Second time we've seen counter in this set now. Once per turn by trashing 1 option card from any of your sources or link cards. The Digimon unsuspend, so you're allowed to block again potentially, or trash something like the red one. I forget what it's called right now. That allows you when it's trash.
Bind red trigger.
Security. Yep, that one. That's gonna be like the most broken combo when you can reuse that card over and over in this deck and just keep trashing your opponent's security. And then obviously has the option side, so she has fly bullet attached to her for use of 6. Requirement 3 Musketeers and text. Main, delete one of your opponent's highest level Digimon. Then you may place 1 3 Musketeer trade card from your hand or trash as any of your Digimon's bottom delusion card. And then you can Arts Digivolve. So the cool thing about it is you can Arts Digivolve over the Black Gato because the Black Gato has the all turns effect. It's just it's stupid. It's so stupid. This new support is just so strong. We're gonna talk about Asuna real quick. Asuna, starting your main phase by trashing 1 card with 3 Musketeers in its text or TS trade from your hand. Draw 1 game memory. So we love that type of starter main effect. And then main, by suspending this tamer and trashing 1 option card from your hand or your Digimon sources, 1 of your Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with 3 Musketeers in its text or the TS trait in the hand or trash with the cost reduced by 1. So be able to just reuse your Beelstars that's in your trash. It's just so crazy. So that means like if you're on Black Gato, you use Asuna, you can Evo into the Beelstar for 3. It's just so strong.
Yeah, that Beelstar is insane. That card reads secret rare to me, but ultra rare is almost there.
Agreed. And honest to God, and then mind you, we're not gonna show them, but like Beelstar X with that Beelstar is so crazy as well. Like the combos you can do is just so crazy. You don't even have to touch your opponent's security, and you just trash it all and then call it a day.
Galactic random flavor.
Almost, I forgot about this one random ass card that we didn't talk about for a sec. Ghoulmon. This card is crazy.
That's my boy.
This is for Negamon, Batamon support. So when this card will be played by deleting one of your play costs, 11 lower Digimon with Negamon in its sources, and Negamon's text, reduce the cost by the deleted Digimon's play cost. So if you have something for that's 11 drop on board, I forget which one's the 11 drop. I think it's the Batamon core.
Yep.
You can play this for 1, which is crazy. And then he has Rush Reboot Blocker. And then on play, when attacking on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. If this affected, delete trash your opponent's top security card.
So if they have no bodies on the board, this just burns 2 right away and does a check.
immediately. That's 3 damage, and then if you can play another one, you could just kill right there somehow. Like, it's just so dumb.
So
Card's
funny.
fantastic. A Battlemon definitely needed that type of support.
I don't know if it'll be enough, but it's good.
Definitely, yeah. Next we're gonna talk about is beat break stuff. If you want to if you want to talk about it.
Okay, beat break. So first we got the egg Fremon. I don't 100% remember what the egg from the starter deck is, so I can't comment on that. But when attacking, once per turn by trashing your top security, this Digimon may digivolve into a glowing dawn trait card in the hand with the cost reduced by 1. So this is going to feed into the yellow half of the deck, which we'll see a bunch of it. But first, oh no, yellow is before green. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go to Lyomon. This is your searcher. Flip top 3, add a glowing dawn and a yellow beat break trait card among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this part of the deck is favoring the yellow effects. Barrier Inherit's always nice, especially on a rookie. Cougarmon, on play on Evo, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3k for the turn. Then by trashing 2 bottom face down cards from under any of your tamers, this Digimon may digivolve into a glowing trait dawn Digimon card in the hand without paying the cost. That's really good. There's a big OTK with glowing dawn that's out there. You can look it up and find it, but yeah, really good. Then we got the goat Murasamemon, always coming in clutch when the glowing dawn needs them. Got Alliance on face, and then if it's your turn, by adding your top security card to hand or by trashing the bottom face down cards under any of your tamers, I like the flexibility of that effect. You may play or use 1 card with the glowing dawn trait from your hand with the cost reduced by 3. That's right, use, which means you can use Habakiri, the effect on Habakirimon, for 3. Main, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8k for the turn. Then by trashing your top security, all of your opponent's Digimon get minus 5k for the turn. Just a quick ruin mode when you need it. And then you may Arts Digivolve into Habakirimon, who has the ability to on Evo on attack recover 1. Then by trashing the top security of one of your opponent's one player with the most security, he unsuspends. All turns once per turn, when any of your glowing dawn trait Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing your top security, they don't leave. This is just a really cool, really good card. I can't wait to see him animated. Let's hop on down to Geckomon. Look at the boy. You know, you love him. He's the
bestest boy now.
Straight up. He's got piercing as his inherit, but he is the same search as Lyomon, but specifically searching for green beat breaks and a glowing dawn trait card. Into Armalizermon. On play on Evo, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then when you would use an option card with the glowing dawn trait, by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your tamers, reduce the cost by 3. Very nice. A great option card that you could use for 3 less is Final Judgment, Monarch Lizermon's effect. This is a 1-cost Evo into Monarch Lizermon once you Arts Digivolved. Final Judgment is crazy. It enables OTKs. It enables just so much. This is awesome in like Vortex and basically any green deck ever. Main, one of your Digimon gains Rush, Sec +1, and +5k DP until your opponent's turn ends. Then it may attack. Crazy effect. It's our next ultimate rare dual card. Awesome alt art, by the way. I prefer it to the SP personally.
Yeah, but I got the alt art chilling right here.
Yeah, I see that. It's good. On Evo, on attack then, once you Arts Digivolve into the Monarch Lizamon, by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your tamers, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then on Evo, you get a free battle, which is nice. You may battle one of your opponent's Digimon. Awesome cards. The 6 is for his side is in the next set. So I think we hop down to the purple stuff because there is.
There's purple. Oh, there's a couple purple stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Haimon and the Haimon.
Yeah.
Yep. So Haimon is a Floodgate rookie, cool rookie for like a Fangmon. Retail Inherit, which is nice, and players not. This is like a reverse power creep Gazimon. Players can't gain memory other than by tamer effects, so including you.
I think it's better because it should be you two as well.
I've always thought that. I think it's kind of BS. Let's put Gazimon to 1. We got this card now. We don't need Gazimon anymore.
I think it's also better because if this is the trend they're gonna go with new floodgates where they're gonna have inheritables, then it gives a reason to Evo over them and stuff, and you don't feel bad about having a card with no inheritable.
That's true. I'm with it. And then we got Fangmon. On Evo, suspend one non-purple tamer, which is strangely specific. When any of your opponent's Digimon's tamers suspend, gain a memory. So this is kind of a neat floodgate. Against other decks that are doing tamer stuff, which is basically every deck in the game at this point. And then I think we're just down to tamers. So first we got Sawashiro Kyo. He is your memory setter. When your security stack is removed from by suspending him, you may place the top 2 cards of your deck face down under this tamer. Then when any of your Glowing Dawn trait Digimon cards would be played by trashing the bottom face down card from any of your tamers, reduce the cost by 1. So it's kind of like a mix of what the other Beat Break cards are doing and also like adventure in a way.
Yep.
Then we got Tenma Tomoro. He's also a memory setter. But when any Digimon suspend by suspending this tamer, you get to put your top 2 of your deck face down under this tamer. And then when you would use a Glowing Dawn trait option card by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your tamers, reduce the cost by 1. So Kyo is for playing things and Tomoro is for using option cards, which usually lead into UART's Digivolving, because that's just how the deck functions.
Yep. That's it for
I think that's it, right? Yep.
There's Appmons you want to talk about?
Sure, real quick, we'll speed run the Appmons. Every time we get a new Appmon, we say, this looks like it's the best Appmon deck so far. So here we are again.
And we're going to say that same thing again.
Yep. So we got a new Tapmon. When a social, tool, or game trait card would link to this Digimon, you may reduce the cost by 1. Fantastic. Draw is always nice, but linking is what you do a lot of, so having a reduction is fantastic. Then our first Appmon trait card, I think, isn't until green, right?
No, we got Gatchmon. That's red.
Oh, yeah. Gatchmon. Where are you, buddy? There he is.
On play, real top 3 cards. Add 1 Appmon trait card and 1 social, tool, reboot, or creation.
So this works really well with the Gaiamon line as well. Yep. So you can put that in for another search, or you can use it for this reboot online. So we got on
when linking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k or less as well. Deletes other opponents' rookies. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad if you need to remove a floodgate, for example. Onmon. When a social tool or game trait card would link to this Digimon, you may reduce the cost by 1, and on link you get to suspend something. Very nice. Having the link reduction is such a nice effect. Like, this deck is gonna feel pretty good because of it. The level 4 then.
The rest.
Yeah, for sure. The level 4 is Logimon, as in login. He app fuses from Onmon and Gatchmon. On Evo, main once per turn, you may link a social tool or game trait card from your hand or this Digimon Digivolution cards with the cost reduced by 1. Very nice. When this Digimon gets linked, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play a Kazuki and Itsuki from your hand without paying the cost. Who the hell is that, you're wondering? They are the tamers that were specific to the game. The Appmon, basically Digimon Story Appmon game that we'd never got in America. Hopefully someday we can get a translation, or at least a fan translation, because I'd love to play it. I love the Digimon story games. The level 5 then we got is Bootmon. Bootmon is barrier on face. App fuses from Loginmon, and I can't read it over the sample card. I forget what his name is.
Loginmon and Craftmon.
Craftmon, thank you. Oh, Craftmon's yellow, so we'll have to go back up then. But if it's your turn, you may link a social tool or game trait card from your hand or this Digimon sources with the cost reduced by 2. Very nice. All turns when he gets linked, you get to suspend a Digimon or tamer. And on linking, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Great form of removal. I'm gonna scroll up here to Craftmon. I love him because he looks like construction machinery, and I love that in Digimon. He comes out of security.
He's kind of broken too.
Yeah, he's good. He comes out of security, and then on play on Evo, add your top security hand, then recover 1. And when linking, you can trash 1 to draw 2. This is a great consistency piece. You can throw this into almost anything. This might be better than Scopemon in certain situations, for example. Great card. Love the Craftmon here. Then we got Rebootmon, the level 6. Security attack +1, reboot and link +1, and you know he's green, so you know he's going to suspend and unsuspend. And with sec +1, that's pretty strong. On Evo, on attack, by linking 1 Atmon trait Digimon card from your hand or his sources to this Digimon without paying the cost, 1 of your Digimon may unsuspend. So that's great. You use that on your when attacking, so you get 4 checks right away. And then when this Digimon gets linked or unsuspends until your turn ends, he gains piercing and blocker and Digimon immunity. Because why not?
Jeez. Right.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty freaking good.
Pretty good. Fan of this
reboot. But that's not all. Because we've also got Offmon. You got Onmon, you got Offmon.
Gotta have them both.
That's right. Start your main phase by trashing an Atmon trait card from your hand. Draw 1, gain 1. Great start to main effect. When linking, 1 of your opponent's Digimon can't unsuspend. Very good. Then we go straight to Shutmon, I think. Oh, no, Logomon. Logomon. Main, you may link a social tool or game trait Digimon card from your trash or his source with the cost reduced by 1. Then when he gets linked, you can pop a play cost 4 or lower Digimon. Very nice. On link, 1 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend until the turn ends. He goes from Offmon and Hackmon. So you're going to have to do some mix and matching of your guys here. So now we've got Shutmon. He has jamming on face, which is cool. On play, on Evo, on attack. This guy's really cool. I really like his design. If it's your turn, you may link a social tool or game trait Digimon card from your trash or his source with the cost reduced by 2. And then when he gets linked, 1 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't Digivolve, which is very nice. Denial effect there. And then when linking, 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend till their turn ends. And he links with Logomon and Titamon. So this is going to be like a black purplish deck. And then we've got, I think that's it for that.
Yep, that's it for Digimon. And then we got the Tamer and Option.
Yep. So Tamer, they're there. Kazuki and Itsuki. This Tamer is busted, and you put them in any Atmon deck.
In every Atmon deck. Yep.
Yep. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory, start a main. Great. Main. By suspending this Tamer, you may link an Atmon trait Digimon card from your hand or one of your Digimon sources to 1 of your Digimon with the cost reduced by 2. Insane. And then end of turn, once per turn, you just get a free app fuse. Goodbye, Haru. Who are you again? We got these guys. Insane. Really, really good. And then we've got a really good option card as well in Cyber Engage. Reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add an Atmon trait card among them to your hand and trash the rest, which is good for usually 1/2 of your Atmon effects. And then main delay, you may play an Atmon trait card from your hand with the cost reduced by 3. Just really solid.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We almost forgot one thing before someone crucifies us in the chat. There's one more line that we totally forgot about, and I was going to be like, we're done. It is, we got random D Brigade support. Excel / D Brigade support. This command zone is pretty nice. When moving on play, real top 3, add 1 card with Chaosmon in its name or the D Brigade or Excel tray among to your hand. Return the rest of the bottom of the deck. All turns plus 1k. Fantastic searcher added to the deck. That consistency is so needed for the deck. Next we got is Seals Dramon. When any of your D Brigade or Excel trait Digimon are played, this Digimon may digivolve into a D Brigade or Excel trait Digimon card in the hand with the cost reduced by 2. It's kind of in the essence of like Jesmon when you go like, you have your low 4, you play your Ganku, and then you Evo up the chain and stuff. Very similar to what that is. Yep. And finally, the last card we got is Tangedramon. This card is pretty crazy, honest to God. When Digivolve and when attacking once per turn, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 play cost 12 or lower D Brigade or Excel trait Digimon card among them with the cost reduced by 5. Trash the rest. That makes them a 7 cost. That basically can play anything from both sides of the deck. So you can play your Bancho Leomon, you can play the Varudamon, something like that's called, and you can even play I think it's Break Dramon as well. I believe you can play, and any of the Dark Dramons, I think. At least for sure, you can play the Ace for free off of this, or for 2, I should say.
Right.
And then all turns was returned when any of your D Brigade or Excel Trade Digimon are played. One of your opponent's Digimon can Digivolve so that turn ends. Pretty good effect. And then inherited once per turn. Opponent's turn, this Digimon with Chaosmon in its name or the D Brigade or Excel Trade gains reboot and blocker. Fantastic effect. This card allows you to just get into your Excel combos faster than it did previously. With this on board and like Bancho and Varudamon's own effect, they played a low 6 for, I think it's like 2 costs if I remember correctly, Gino. It was something super cheap with both reductions in effect.
Yeah, something like that.
And it just allows you to speed up your deck. It's phenomenal. We were waiting for this side of Excel. I don't know if it's going to necessarily like do anything for the deck, because we do got the promo Chaosmon. That promo Chaosmon reads broken. And so maybe with the promo Chaosmon plus this new support, we might see Excel like move up the ranks in decks. But we gotta see when it comes out, when it comes to that.
I hope so. I'm gonna give it a try because Excel rules. There's one card we missed.
Oh, we missed a card? What did we miss? Oh, we missed Dan Yuki.
The Pro Tag. We missed Dan himself.
The Pro Tag. Yeah. How he missed me. That's crazy. Let me stop. It's a pretty cool effect, honestly. It's a mini version of the Dan and Yuki combo tamer. Start your main phase. If you have 4 or less memory, gain memory. End of your turn by suspending this tamer. One of your TS trade Digimon gains plus 1k for the turn for each memory your opponent has. After that, very cool. Digimon may attack. So it's a pretty cool effect. I think you'll see both the use this Dan and Yuki and then the Dan and Cannon and combination potentially, depending on what you need, and you go from there. If you have no options, this is a good card to run, right? You're gonna get boosted effects, boosted DP. I think it's pretty solid for what it does.
Set you to 10, gain 10,000 DP attack.
Yeah, facts, right? Imagine, that'd be crazy, right? That's it for the set review. Let me hit this stop sharing. We're excited for BT25. I can't wait to cook with it. Can't wait to play with these cards. This set seemed like a really fun set and nice strong set for whatever you are interested in playing it. With that being said, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more podcasts, and let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to playing in BT25. And with that being said, any last words, Gino, for the audience?
No, just what you said there at the end is like, all of these decks are like pretty powerful. Like I don't see really many duds here. Like the worst thing you could consider dud is like a couple cards that are just support for existing archetypes.
True.
Like this is a really good set, I think.
I think so too. Fantastic set. With that being said, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Moment,